the main event. Welcome to WHW Monday. Tony Schiavone and Conrad Thompson.
Jim Crockett First Arcade, 605 NWA. TV title, Cajun Omni, the Bunkhouse Stampede. Flair and Horseman, Garvin Bogey, Magnum Dusty, Express Tag Team. Turner Barton, Mid-South Joy World Championship Wrestling.
Talking about the great years of World Championship Wrestling, the NWA, and Jim Crockett Promotions.
Tony and Friends thought they win. Look, Schiavone's back again. World title split off, center stage, Bischoff. Disney, Hogan, and Nitro. New World Order and the Crow. Thunder, Russo, Arquette Champ, Vinnie Mac, simulcast. Tony's back with Conrad, not your classy podcast. Watch along, try not to laugh. Lowest rules can't pass. This wasn't the initial plan. Tom Zigg's a good-looking man. Klondike Bill, make a chant. Tommy, you come over here.
What happened when?
WHW Monday. And now, let's go to the ring. And here's your co-host. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson, and you're listening to What Happened When? With the greatest wrestling announcer of all time.
Sorry, Jim Ross is not here today.
Tony Schiavone! What's going on, man? How are you?
Hey, Conrad, it's great to talk to you. I'm really excited that we are continuing the summer by talking about more Great American Bashes. And I'm very excited about talking about one and watching along with one that I was not a part of, 89.
Yeah, and that may be why it's so good, because you weren't there to fuck it up, you know? Have you thought about that?
Fuck?
What?
You're full of shit. But anyway, how you been? Okay?
I'm fine. And yourself?
Fine. Thanks for fucking asking.
Boy, you're in a foul mood today.
Well, you're the one that jabbed me in the fucking belly just about a couple of seconds ago.
Hell.
It was a good show, probably because you weren't there.
Oh, God.
Well, listen.
Are you in a mood?
No, I'm not in the mood. Listen, I think you may be right in saying that it was a great show, and one of the reasons it was a great show was because JR was calling play-by-play.
Oh, he's so good. He's so good.
Yes, he really is. He really is good.
But when I say that, you take offense.
I do not.
Okay.
I do not. I do not. I don't take offense. I take offense that you. I don't take offense to it at all. Stop it.
All right. This was a good talk. Fire up your WWE network and let's watch it. Great American Bash 1989. I went down July 23rd, 1989. So
yeah,
this is going to be fun. We've had this as a request for a long time, and it's finally going to happen today. I mean, seriously, probably one of our most requested pay-per-views that we've ever covered.
Well, then there you go. Then we're doing the right thing.
Without further ado, let's see if we can't get Lois in here. We'll talk a little wrestling, talk a little Great American Bash 1989. We're doing a watch along, surprise, July 23rd, 1989. Sting and the Great Muta, a War Games match. Ric Flair and Terry Funk for the world title. Come on.
All right. Here she comes. I didn't let her walk into the room until we finished talking about Blue Chew, because she would have gotten mad about me talking about our sex life. But
whoa, here she comes.
Here's Lois Schiavone.
Whoa, here she comes.
She's a man eater.
Oh, she's eating it too?
No, it's a song. That's the name of the song.
Oh, you're just beating it. Got it.
All right. Come on in here, Lois.
What do you mean, man eater? I don't like Colin Oates. I do like Elton John. The bitch is back, baby. 3, 2, 1, play.
What the fuck is this? Is this a horse farm?
Let me play the audio for our listeners.
To the serenity of the thoroughbred farms of Worthington Valley. Here in Baltimore, the Inner Harbor, one of the great reconstructions of a major city in the United States. Then it's to the action in the Baltimore Arena. Let's go there for World Championship Wrestling.
How about the little hype for Baltimore? And now it's time for us to get rolling. I love these old school graphics and the video package. This takes me back, man.
Yeah, it's one of those things where they they had this little device machine that you could take full frames and just, fly them in or use them as gimmicks for the glory days. This is the glory days, Conrad, of the Great American Trash. Oh, look at 2 rings. 2 rings.
You know what that means?
Yeah, that means they're too dark. They look ugly as shit.
Oh my God, you're so negative.
They do. They do. Listen, you're wrong. You're wrong to say that those dark ring mats look good. They look horrible. They make it look like they make it look, the horse barn that we saw right at the beginning, it makes it look like that's where they're wrestling in, the horse barn. Oh man, but that's a pretty nice graphic for those of you who don't know what fucking 2 rings looks like. And by the way, this is presented in the most complete form possible due to original production technical difficulties. In other words, the people that originally put this on were fucked, is what the WWE is trying to say.
Did you just say doo-doo?
No.
You said in the most complete form possible, doo-doo, technical difficulties.
Oh, okay. Got it. All right. I don't get this. Is that Wild Bill Irwin?
Yeah.
All right.
That's Ron Simmons. He's your world champion.
Yeah, I know that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well,
also,
I'll shut the fuck up then.
No. I was wondering what. Okay. I'm completely lost here. Everybody's got a crown. Well, look at Scott Hall. Holy motherfucker. There you go. Wear the crown. That's what I'm talking about. Ranger Ross. He's got it going on. So the 2-ring battle royal for what? The King of the Ring?
Did you see Rick Steiner gave his away to somebody in the crowd already?
Did he really? It's like, I'm going to give mine away. Who's going to tell me not? Right?
Yeah. And
I mean, when you're a badass like Rick Steiner, really, you could do whatever you wanted to do. All right, it's time for the battle royal. Wait a second. They start to fight and we go to dark. We go to black. What the fuck is going on here?
Looks like Teddy Long.
There you go.
What's it say?
Doo-doo. Yep. It's saying doo-doo. What happened was that our
no, it's what happened when. It's not what happened was. God damn it. We've been doing this for 3 years. You would think by now you'd have your shit together.
What happened was, what happened when. Time for what happened was.
No, wait. When you take Blue Chew, what does WHW stand for?
Wow.
No.
Hard on.
Mm-mm. I just said it. You weren't even listening.
Well, I heard we.
We hard.
We hard. We. Hey, can I say something here at the beginning of this show? Yes, I will. How many motherfuckers have to wear black trunks?
Oh God, you're just in that fucking cantankerous mood today.
No, I'm not. I'm not. How many? Okay, we got Dr. Death's wearing yeller.
Yeller. Oh God.
Okay. Brian Pillman's wearing a peach.
A peach.
At least Scott Hall has a stripe on the side, but everybody else is wearing black. Wow. And we have none. We have no close-up shots yet. Oh, there. Thank you, God. Oh, the idea here, Conrad, is to throw a guy out of ring 1. Then he has to go into ring 2 once he goes out of ring 1. And once he's done out of ring 2, then he's eliminated.
Oh, is that the way it works?
Yeah, boy. And you say people love this pay-per-view?
Yeah.
Well, they probably loved it because of Funk and Flair and Sting and the Great Muta and the War Games match. But there's somebody. Ranger Ross. Take a fucking hike, man. You done. One more.
Why are you so fired up today?
I get fired up when I watch this stuff.
Right.
And I especially get fired up when I watch this stuff knowing that, guess what? I wasn't there. I wasn't a part of this bullshit. I kind of wonder, I think this was still the time, if I'm right here, Conrad, it's still the time that, look at WCW. Look at WCW. How dare they? Trying to keep the black man down.
Oh my God.
Well, that's what they're doing. The first two who were eliminated were black men. What are they trying to do?
Well, it's like in a movie from 1989.
Yeah.
You know, if it's an action movie and you've got a black buddy, he's the first one to die.
Yeah, I know. And that's wrong. And that's changed. But how dare they? So anyway, I was thinking that.
Uh-oh, you're thinking.
I was thinking that maybe that George Scott was still booking here. And I think he was. 89 was his year.
Here's what you are familiar with. You know, at this time, you're up there with the Ultimate Warrior. And it's in the torch that the Brainbusters would defeat Demolition on July 18th at a set of WWF TV tapings to become the tag team champions. And that match, of course, is going to be a part of Saturday night's NBC, Saturday night's main event. So, about a week prior to this, a little less, your boy, Arn Anderson, becomes WWF tag team champion. How much fun were you and Arn having in the WWF? Did y'all get to hang or spend any time on the road or anything like that in the WWF?
No, when I went to the WWF at this time, my life changed. I stopped traveling with the boys. I was traveling with The Office. I was traveling with Vince. Look at that. What are we fucking about? I was traveling with Vince on the private plane. So I had completely changed. I was not traveling with Arn and those guys anymore. It was a completely different life. I mean, and, a lot of the guys weren't based in Connecticut. See, back in the day when I was hanging and banging or just hanging with the Horsemen, back in the day, we all lived in Charlotte together. But now I lived in Connecticut and the boys could live wherever they wanted to. So that kind of changed the dynamics a little bit.
All righty.
All right. How many more times is this tape going to fuck up? Wow.
Doo-doo.
Doo-doo is right.
So I feel like we should also mention that this is not quite yet a 2-horse race. There's still another player barely hanging on. It's the AWA.
Oh.
And Wade would say the AWA has announced plans to broaden syndication starting in September using team competition, a new concept in pro wrestling promoting. Of course, that is where Eric Bischoff is at this point. How crazy is that?
Wow. And he was just like another announcer. Do you think, and I know you've gotten to know Eric quite well, did he have designs on being a major player in wrestling back when he first started in the AWA, or did he want to come in just to be an announcer?
He wanted to make enough money to not get his car repossessed. I'm not saying,
well, you got to have goals, right?
I'm not saying that's a shit on him. I'm just saying, he had bounced around a little bit. He had been a traveling meat salesman and he had been a model and, he had, come up with ninja stars and tried to, be an entrepreneur. So he had bounced around. He'd been a bouncer, literally. I mean, so he had tried a lot of different things, but now he found himself, with a wife here that he's got to take care of. And, now a couple of kids, I think one here were with us and one on the way. And, he's got to find some revenue, and he felt like there was an upside here and he wanted to ride it out. But unfortunately he was with a company that was going down fast and that was not easy. And so, went from being a regular payday to semi-regular to not regular at all. And then he just had to find something to do. So it was a game-changing situation when he got hired by WCW. He wrote about that in his book where, they were, snatching cars out of driveways because he just couldn't keep up with the payments. And it wasn't, because he wasn't working. It was because he was just working on things that either weren't profitable, like his own businesses that he was trying to, do as a startup, or, he just was hanging on too long, loyal to a fault, as they say, to Mr. Gagne. And the money has just ran dry. Meanwhile, you're flush with opportunities and just keep making wrong choices. So it's a tale of two cats in wrestling.
Well, I can't say that I argue with that last statement of yours. that I made wrong choices. He made good choices. But it's a great story. It really is. If you think about it, a man who's, had struggled and then had an idea and put that idea on paper and got hired by the company. So I like the story. I think it's a great story. Me, I had some success in my blood, as the greatest rock and roll band of all time, Collective Soul, would have said. Success in my veins, and a lover knows my name.
What's happening right now?
I'm just recanting some of their songs. So now we've got, this is great, right? We've got one guy in ring one guy in ring two, and they are tag team partners, members of the Skyscrapers. So what happens now? They come back later to wrestle?
Look at that.
Oh, my God.
Let's listen to what Teddy Long's saying.
The winners of the Battle Royal.
So there you go. They're going to split the 50 grand. They're your co-winners. And now we're going to have a second match. And, a second match, baby. Let's run through what this second match looks like. Are you ready for this?
Well,
wait, before we get there.
Teddy, what about that 50,000? Could you buy me a drink with that 50,000?
Oh, homie don't play that. Go ahead.
No, I like it. See, good. That's good.
Homie don't play that. We keeping all this cheddar jack cheese for ourselves. We ain't doing no tag team match, player. But if you keep asking me for that money, you're going to go 1-on-1 with the Undertaker. All right. This crown right here. This ain't Jerry Lawler's crown. This right here. This is something I brought myself from Harlem, you see. And that's where I've been recruiting my newest tag team, which I'm going to reveal to you very soon. But today ain't the day, Gordon. You see, today I got 2 7-foot white boys out there can run through everybody out there. And you think I'm going to fuck up my payday for you, cold jive turkeys? It ain't happening. Homie don't play that. I got 50 G's right here. And I'm going to go invest this in a whole lot of shit. None of which will be hair care, restoration products, because I don't believe in that. All right, bald is beautiful, and you motherfuckers need to get with the plan.
Well, I got plenty of bottles of Smirnoff in my pocket.
So I can't believe this is happening, but while Bill Irwin, as you said, was just in the Battle Royal, and look at this, his opponent Brian Pillman, who was also just in the Battle Royal,
right?
So these guys were in the first match. So they come out with crowds, high-fiving all the fans, babyface, and yeah, here we go. And then get thrown out of the ring and eliminated. Go to the back, put on their vest, their entrance gear gimmick, and come back out and do it all again. What the fuck?
They probably put powder in their crotch.
Oh,
keep them from chafing.
Have you ever watched wrestling and not thought about their dicks? Is it like the primary reason you're in the game?
No, not at all. I just, as a member of the male species, I'm concerned about that. Do you powder your crotch?
You're concerned about other people's dicks.
No. Are you powdering your crotch?
No.
You don't put powder in your crotch?
No.
You need to start.
Why?
Because you never go back to do anything else again.
Well, here's the difference between me and you. All right. I don't have a bunch of dick hair. So I'm not going to get in as many jams as you are.
I don't have a bunch of dick hair.
Well, you don't, thanks to Manscaped. By the way, when they send us little care packages,
yeah,
my wife loves that t-shirt.
Yeah, she should.
It's an old school shirt. It says Manscaped, your balls will thank you. She thinks it's the funniest thing ever.
You know, these guys come back and they wrestle again. I can hear JR saying, God damn, we pay him enough. Big old boys here. They're strong. They can do another match.
Believe it or not, they're going to go fucking 11 minutes in this one. And Wade would say that there's nothing special, and Pillman is still unimpressive, and he gives it a C.
Oh man, he didn't like Pillman, huh?
Isn't that wild?
So did he ever get on board with Pillman, or was he always like that towards Pillman? Do you know?
I don't know. Is it my job to keep up with what the fuck Wade Keller
No,
likes?
but you always did. You always were a dirt sheet motherfucker.
You think just so you're clear, you reckon I was a subscriber when I was goddamn 8?
Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, because you know what? Well, at least one of us was a wrestling fan.
I was a big one.
Nah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hell, I was in the WWE, man.
And you hated it.
I was in the WWE. Here are you talking 5 years after my debut. I'm in the WWE.
And you hated it.
I didn't hate it. Loved it. I love the WWE. I love everything about it. Crossbody. And a 2 count. Arm drag takedown. Like that, how I'm calling those spots?
I do. Keep it going. Let's see if we can't get you a job with WWE.
Oh, no. Listen, I'm too old to be one of their announcers.
Show them what you can do.
I don't need to show them what they know what I can do, and they know what I can't do.
What can't you do?
Get a job with them.
I'm going to hit you with a rap line. Are you ready?
A rap line? Oh, my God. Sure.
Show me what that mouth do.
How did... Here's something I don't understand. And it really today kind of makes me scratch my head.
Oh,
okay. How does, watch out, great vertical suplex. How does a nice young man from Alabama get into enjoying shit rap music? That blows me away.
Because I'm from Alabama, I can't be cultured.
That would probably be it. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get and I guess the rap music is the same as what rock and roll was to my parents, to me. But there's so much good music out there, and there is some good rap music. There really is. But a lot of the stuff that you say, here, come here. When I'm at the Conrads, come here. I want you to watch this. Listen to this music. I'm thinking, what the fuck are you listening to? What the fuck's wrong with you? I think you put on shit rap just to piss me off.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Well, let me show you. That's not
I think you really don't like some of that stuff.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
You're wrong. And I think we should mention that there's a lot of kids or a lot of guys listening to this, and their first introduction to rap or hip hop on a big scale is 1990s You Can't Touch This by MC Hammer.
Right.
And right after that was Vanilla Ice's Ice Ice Baby. And so a lot of us, as lame as those two songs are, we were like 8 and 9 years old. And when you're 8 or 9, those are fucking coolest songs ever. And then I can't believe this is a thing, but are you familiar with the two kids Crisscross?
No.
So there's these two kids who wore their pants and shirts backwards. Type this into your Google machine: KRISS space KROSS. So Crisscross, and it's a couple of kids, and they had a song called Jump that like popped off in early '92. And all the kids were listening to it. Well, then it continued with these little, silly ones that you've heard because they got so big, like Whoomp, There It Is and shit like that.
Right.
And somewhere in there, I think it's 92, Dr. Dre dropped the Chronic album, which is arguably the greatest rap album ever.
Right.
And the big hit on that at the time was Nothing But a G Thing, and they played it all the time on MTV. This is back when MTV played music videos. and it popped off. I don't know what to tell you. And so all of a sudden, kids who maybe were a little too young to have enjoyed the NWA, with attitude.
Right. We're not talking about the National Wrestling Alliance. I get that.
We're talking about Eazy-E and Dr. Dre and Ice Cube and, all those guys. If you were too young for that, then you caught up right after with like, the more mainstream MC Hammer and Vanilla Ice. And so, those guys were like your gateway drug into gangster rap. So like nobody started, like, I guess some people do, but they call marijuana a gateway drug because in theory you start doing that and then you venture off and try new things. And so before you know it, you're shooting heroin between your toes. Well, that is where my rap music happened. Like MC Hammer was like my marijuana. He was my gateway drug. And then eventually, I know some of the songs that we've played here on the show that you've enjoyed, like Eazy-E's Give Me That Nut. So what'd you think of the way those kids crisscross were dressed?
They were pretty fucking cool.
Here's another example. They had a song called I Miss the Bus. Tell me that wasn't aimed at kids in school.
Yeah. Yeah, it was smart.
Do you think me and you, maybe we could do like a live show whenever you don't have baseball or football and we could wear our clothes backwards, like crisscross?
I'd do it.
A couple, just backward jeans. I think that'd be fun.
Backward jeans, shirt on backwards, hats around backwards.
I'm game if you are.
I am too, man. And let's just go out and rap.
Oh, well, that would be fun.
Have some sort of beat, and we'll just, as they do, improvise like Eminem did on.
That's called freestyle. Don't ever call it improvise again, or I will fucking never speak to you again.
Okay, then we'll freestyle.
Hey, let me mention too. I think we've talked about it a little bit here on the show, but we got StarCast coming up.
Yeah.
And it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Of course, you can't be with us on Saturday or Sunday. We've got you Thursday, Friday. Thursday night, our late night event, little StarCast karaoke hosted by Tony Schiavone.
Yeah.
Tell me that ain't going to be fun. I mean, is it just going to be show tunes, or can we get you to do some rap in there too?
Well, I don't know what the format of the show is going to be. Well, I don't know
it's your show.
Well, I know it's my show. So do I pick all the songs, or do I say, hey, you pick the song?
I mean, I think it would be better if you had a list of songs you wanted to perform and you had fans, fans could register for the opportunity to come and perform one with you. Cause here's the thing. If we let them pick, they might pick stuff that, and don't get me wrong, we could let them pick some here or there, but like, you're not going to let your opponent call all of your moves. Aren't you the veteran? Aren't you supposed to be calling the match?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be calling the match.
Look,
I'm intrigued now because if Francine's in the house, I'd like to perform with her.
I don't know if she'll be there by Thursday night, but we'll check. I do know for sure. I can't confirm.
Okay.
She's at StarCast 3.
Wow.
And there you go. A flying crossbody from the other ring. That was kind of fun. Not the ring they're in, but the attached ring. Wow. Brian Pillman gets the win, although it's called a C and unimpressive. Next up, the Skyscrapers and the Dynamic Dudes.
Oh my God. I can't wait for that one.
In what the Torch would call the least dynamic match on the card.
Well, you know what that meant, don't you? That meant when Johnny Ace got to work for Vince. Oh, wait a minute. I still got a Smirnoff in my pocket. And I notice your head on your shoulders right now is not a half as big as it is in the regular day.
Go ahead, hit it.
Let me tell you this, Gordon Soley. I am one of the most intelligent men ever in wrestling. I am not Jim Cornette. I am not Teddy Long. I am not Jim Ross. I am Paul Heyman. And I am the advocate for Paul Heyman getting a job with Vince McMahon. You see, I'm going to run Raw. But unlike the many people who are in the writing committee right now, who are the writers, I'm not going to run Raw into the ground. They're going to let me do Raw. I'm going to turn Raw into ECW in 2019. That's right. We're going to bring the Sandman out. We're going to have him crush beer cans over his head. We're going to bring Francine back. And we may take off her top. How about that? How about Taz? We'll bring him. I'm not supposed to say Taz's name, but how about Sabu or Sabu? We'll bring him back. How about that? And we'll bring back FBI, the full-blooded Italians, because these guys, as we know, were a hit. I'm bringing back ECW, and I'm bringing it back to USA on Mondays. That's right. I still have bottles of Smirnoff in my pocket. I got on the plane ride here to Baltimore. We'll have more in a moment.
I don't know why that's funny to me, but it is. And here come the dynamic dudes. Can you imagine that one of these guys would go on to become one of the most influential and important people, a power broker, if you will, in professional wrestling, and the other guy is going to go on to do a teacher gimmick?
You just never know. You just absolutely never know. I mean, who would have thought that as these guys are coming to the ring, that one would be a power broker, one would be a teacher.
That kid does not look happy.
No, he's getting ready to get a hit in the head with a, come on. Okay. This is some dumb shit right here.
What the fuck is this?
This is some dumb fucking shit.
He's not posing, or he's not happy. He looks like he's kidnapped.
How about letting the kid know that we're going to do this? So anyway, one's a power broker, one is a teacher, and two guys are going to be talking about it in 2019. One was 8 years old back then.
I mean,
isn't that amazing?
They're throwing frisbees into the crowd, bro.
I know, it's stupid.
Oh
Who
my
the fuck
God.
is that?
It's Jason Hervey.
What the fuck was he doing?
He wanted to get in the ring and high five him. Can you imagine? Process how silly that is.
Well, process how stupid we are. Because Jason Hervey had been in movies. He had been in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. And you think we're smart enough to take a shot of him? No.
What do you
Where'd
mean?
he go? Get a shot of him in his seat.
What do you mean? You're up there jacking off the Undertaker.
Oh, that's right.
Well, not at this point. I guess at this point, you're beating off the Ultimate Warrior.
Right. And Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Oh, you jacked him too.
Tiny Lister.
Now that one makes sense. I mean, he was a big star.
Tito Santana.
I don't get that one.
Let's see. The Rougeos.
I like the way they're shooting this from below. Make the guys look even taller.
Right. At least they did that.
How about the fan jumped at Spivey and Spivey pushed him off? That was awesome.
Yeah, fuck. You know, Spivey should not have pushed him off. He should have pulled him in. They should have both put the boots to him.
So just get sued?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not so sure suits were as prevalent back then as they are now.
You know, it is prevalent these days.
What's that, Conrad?
Prevagen.
I love Prevagen.
Why are you talking about them every week unless they're cutting the check?
I don't know. You're right. I'm not going to talk about them again, with the exception to tell you it's made from jellyfish, which is obviously a gimmick, but I like it. So there you go.
Why the fuck does that matter?
I don't know. It's their tagline.
Did you know that paper's made from trees? Did you know that?
Yes, I did.
Well, stop killing all the goddamn trees. I have it on good authority that you're up there watching the best of Francine clips and compilations on YouTube.
Yeah.
And to clean up the mess when you're done, you use paper. Stop it.
Trees grow back, Conrad.
No, just use a sock like when you were a kid. Damn it.
Use a sock. Oh.
Don't act like you didn't use a sock. I have it on
I
good.
didn't use a sock. Why are we talking about my masturbation techniques?
Wait,
look at that.
What are you talking about?
Look at that guy in his underwear.
They're professional wrestlers. They're supposed to be in trunks.
No, I'm talking about the fan.
Why
And we'll take a good shot of the top of Teddy Long's head. What the fuck? Well, only thing I can say is I hope this show gets better.
Look at that, dude. When you look at the top of Teddy Long's head, do you know what you realize?
What's that?
He's the Black Homer Simpson.
Yes, he is.
He had the exact same amount of hairs up there.
Wow. Next time I see Teddy, I said, we realized that back then, because of your hairdo, you were the Black Homer Simpson. And this, I guess, was this before it was popular for guys to shave their head? Because it would have been best for him to shave his head.
Well, tell him. Go ahead and send him a text. Hey, motherfucker, 30 years ago, you should have shaved your head. Instead of running around here looking like you had a yarmulke on.
So what'd you think of the Skyscrapers as a team?
Loved them.
Yeah, they were pretty awesome.
I mean, how about this? As far as believability, you got to think they're up there with like Doom and the Steiners.
Oh, there is. You're right. They were just, they were big, strong, and awesome. Teddy was a very good mouthpiece. I liked him. I didn't care much for the dynamic dudes because I just thought it was a stupid gimmick. But I liked the Skyscrapers.
Do you think if Dan Spivey was on the juice, Vince would have hired him and gave him a monster push? I mean, I know he eventually gets there, but it feels like it's the tail end of his career. But a real jacked up Dan Spivey working with Hulk Hogan, I could see it.
Yeah, I could too. We could probably call him Starship Coyote.
No, that's some shit y'all did.
Okay, Starship Eagle.
That's some shit y'all did.
All right. No, I agree with that. I think that that Danny could have had a good run.
He has facials like and the look. Like when you talk about, I'm not talking about his height or stature or anything like that. I'm just talking about a headshot. He looks like the villain in like a Bruce Willis movie.
Right.
Or a Mel Gibson movie.
Right.
Like if he spoke with some weird accent, he's the fucking bad guy and he's got a Tech 9. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He could have been one of the Russians with a duffel bag and a flak jacket on and like a bunch of automatic weapons in the flak jacket. And then you hit him and he just turns around and looks at you.
Remember when Gary Busey played that crazy heel character?
Yeah.
In the late 80s.
Right. That was in Lethal Weapon, right?
You telling me Spivey couldn't have done that?
Of course he could have.
And here's the difference. He's a 7-foot dude. Well, not really, but he's significantly taller than Busey. I mean, Busey would fit in Tommy Young's back pocket.
We should have been booking movies back then, you and I. Booking movies. That's us. That's what we're doing. That's what our company is going to be doing now in the next couple of years. We'll be booking movies.
Well, Vince McMahon said famously on Beyond the Map way back 20 years ago, as he proudly took a big swig of water, we make movies.
Yeah.
And I guess you're going to be making movies since you're going to work for Vince.
Would you stop that? I'm your guy. I'm your guy.
Yeah.
I'm your guy. I'm your guy.
Yeah. Booker T was my guy once too,
I'm your guy, not your father-in-law. I'm your guy.
He ain't my guy. I know. You remind me every week.
Okay.
That Pop's not my guy.
No.
And I still like Pop. We can.
Well, you should.
And you don't want me to like him.
No, it's not it at all. You're twisting my words around, and you shouldn't.
Well, every week you're on here shitting on Pop.
I'm not shitting on Pop. I'm just telling you that that's the way I feel about what had happened. There's tag is made, and here comes another dude. Well, Shane had some blonde locks going on there, didn't he?
I was going to say, you know what I wish we had? A guy in this match with blonde hair. What was it about 1989 that everybody felt like they had to be blonde? Wild Bill Irwin,
right?
Ron Pillman, Shane Douglas, Johnny Ace, Danny Spivey, Sid Vicious, Teddy Long. Oh, never mind.
Yeah. Ric Flair.
He's not been out here yet. God damn it.
Well, I was talking about who's on the card.
I was talking about who we've seen so far.
God, would you settle down?
I'm just trying to be entertaining. You know, I give up. I'm just going to let you do this one by yourself.
No, shit. We're a team.
That was the Razor's Edge, like 5 years ahead of time.
Wow, it was. And even Scott Hall, who came out, had blonde hair, didn't he?
No.
Who had lighter hair than he would have later on.
He also had
that was
shoulders that looked like they were mad at you. Yeah. That was the most jacked Scott Hall. Oh my God. Look. Oh
Teddy
God. It's the Teddy Long 2-step.
Teddy kicking him like a girl. What the hell?
Look at that one, that old woman in the front row. It was like, what the fuck are we doing? She's behind the cameraman, across from the hard cam on the far right, like 2 seats over from the yellow security guard. You got to see her, dude.
Okay.
She's got her outfit like she likes it. She's got her knees crossed, and she just has like this disapproving look. I was getting that a lot in 89 when I'd bring home a B. You know, I'd fucked up and showed my parents I could do all A's, and I got a B in 89, and it was all downhill for me.
Wow. Your parents were.
If you brought home an 89 in my house, you're getting a spanking.
Wow. That's good parenting. Can't spank them today.
Yeah, you can. Just got to be low key about it.
Nah, you can't.
No, I spanked my kid. You know how many times I had to do it?
Once.
You got it. One spanking ever. And then forever. Don't give me a spanking. I'm thinking, shit, that was 4 years ago.
Huh. Well, today we talked about how you can get your dick hard. We talked about how you should parent. What else have we advised you on?
Well, I think he's working on a special type of massage here. How would you describe this maneuver?
That is called the kidney grip. That's when you take somebody's kidney, you squeeze it and try to move it on the other side of their back. So you have 2 kidneys on the left side instead of one on the right, one on the left. That's some doctors are famous for doing that. If like you've been in like an accident or something, and you've taken a bump and both kidneys ended up on one side, they can take a kidney and move it over to the other side. It's kind of all technical. But I've heard it that it works like that. It's called the kidney grip. And see, that will take the kidney on the left side of your back with a knee, with a crossbody knee drop or whatever that was, and that will put the kidneys on the other side of the body. Well, that was a shitty type move.
A shitty type move, he says.
It was. He tried a head drop.
A shitty type move.
Shitty type move. But here come the dudes. Firing back, baby. How about that, man? He hits Sid, and Sid doesn't even react. Like, fucking keep wrestling.
You can't hear it, but when Spivey was in there, the whole crowd was chanting, "We want Sid."
Really?
Yeah. So Sid is over.
Yeah. Well, Sid looked the part, man. He always did. All right, here we go. Finish time.
You can always tell when there's 4 guys in the ring. You told us that.
Absolutely. Something's going down. Oh, this match has kind of slowed down a great deal here, Conrad.
Has it really?
Yeah, it's just, okay, Johnny.
Oh my Jesus.
Oh,
You ever been embarrassed to be a wrestling fan?
Yeah, right now. Oh my God. So,
oh man.
Double Beal. They're not going to put the dudes over here, are they? Come on. Oh my God. Bless their heart. These 4 guys are completely lost. One, two, thank God. Because Johnny Ace was kind of oiled up there a little bit and all lathered up and slick, he almost got his neck broken. Because he picked him up and he slipped and he fell straight down. Sid's not even in the ring for the victory shot. I hope they show that powerbomb attempt on a replay, Conrad. I want to see that fucker again. All right, we got it. You got the crown. You got no hair. Keep going. Well, I just like to say, Jim, a couple of things. You look like you're angry. Are you an angry man? I understand you've been angry online, too. Are you angry?
Well, you goddamn fucking right I am. You got all these jackleg wannabe asshole wrestlers out here. They're fucking outlaw mud show bullshit like Joey Janela running around stapling a picture of me on his fucking body. And of all the fucking people to staple my head on their body, we're doing it on fucking Joey Janela. What the fuck's he ever done besides wrestle in a backyard, jump off shit, get thrown through light tubes, and host parties with Tone Loc? Tone Loc in 2019? Who the fuck ever heard of such? Now, if you really want to draw somebody, if you really want to get a crowd down there, what you'll do is you'll book Billy Ray fucking Cyrus, because that's all these goddamn hillbillies really want to hear at their fucking outlaw bullshit backwoods nonsense Trump motherfucker. What the fuck are we even talking about? I hate everything about wrestling today, especially if it involves dick flips, Joey Janela, anything from AEW, goddamn Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Bruce Pritchard today. We might be friends again tomorrow, but today, fuck him too. And Tony Schiavone, I think you're okay, but I'm not really sure since we're battling for that commentary chair on MLW. But if I see you at the next one, boy, I'm gonna kick your ass. That pay-per-view in November, that's mine, goddammit. You stay the fuck from around here. You couldn't do it. I'm doing it.
Well, after that, I'm glad I'm dead. We're gonna have more. Let's go to the ring. Yeah, Jim Cornette is.
By the way, I hate carrying the water for somebody else. Do you listen to his drive-through?
I do not.
So Jim has 2 podcasts a week. One is called The Experience, and the other is Drive-Through. So The Experience, he'll talk about whatever, how he's getting the fence done around his house or what Donald Trump has done stupid. And then he'll go like into a long form on one topic. That's a pretty good show. But the go-to podcast for me when I travel, like the first one. So like if I'm jumping on a plane before I go, I'm making sure I'm caught up on Corny's drive-through, because it is where fans either write an email or send a tweet, whatever, and they have a question for Jim Cornette, and Brian Last selects them, and Jim just sort of gets to bounce around. So he might answer a question, about wrestling in 84 or 94 or 04. It's something else, man. You would fucking love it. How about that? NWA's number 1, WWF stinks, and they have to blur WWF.
I don't blame them.
Well, but you know why they're blurring it?
Because it's the WWF show now.
No, because they don't own WWF. Yeah. The Panda took it from them. So here we go. 4th match, Jim Cornette and Paulie Dangerously. It's a tuxedo match. So it's a manager match, and Wade would say it was entertaining, gave the fans what they wanted. Nothing was really solved though. Oh well. And he gave it no grade, but they go 6 minutes here. Tell everybody what a tuxedo match means.
Tuxedo match means you wrestle in a tuxedo.
And
you have to tear the tuxedo off your opponent.
So one of these guys is about to get ass naked. Who you hoping loses?
I'm hoping that Jim loses.
How about Paulie with the big handful of powder?
Holy shit, that girl got herself a tuxedo coat. A jacket.
How excited was she?
He's going for the knee. That's the knee that he hurt. Falling off. Oh, he might hit the other knee.
Is he wearing wrestling boots underneath? He is.
Yeah, he's wearing wrestling boots. He's probably wearing knee pads.
Oh,
This is pretty fucking entertaining.
He ripped the jacket.
And now somebody's going to get a jacket.
Would you rather watch a tuxedo match or an evening gown match?
I'd rather watch an evening gown match in the privacy of my own home.
With a sock?
There's no reason to put a sock on one of those ladies.
You need to put a sock in it. Talking about.
Okay. I got what you're saying.
I don't know what that means.
You know, I think I've been misrepresented on this podcast.
Are you serious? Like,
yeah, I have.
As soon as this thing got started and two guys were wrestling, you said, you think they powdered their crotches in between the matches? And those are your words.
It's a hygiene thing, Conrad. It's a hygiene. It's not a sexual thing.
Before we could even talk about the show, you said, hey guys, let's take a break from talking about wrestling. Let me tell you how I have sex with my wife.
Well, it's a sponsorship thing, Conrad. It's not.
But now you're like, oh, I think I've been unfairly represented. You know,
I think I have.
We can deny sponsors. We can say, we're not doing that.
No. I'm liking this, man. I'm enjoying this match.
How about this? If you'd like to sponsor this show, send an email to our main man, Dave Green. Hey, advertising @gmail.com. And, he'll get you a spot on here and we'll see just how ridiculous we can make things for Tony. I guess what I'm saying, guys, is if you haven't figured out by now, for a little bit of money, Tony Schiavone will literally say whatever you want. And so the voice of your childhood could talk about your product or service or something that you just made up that you just think would be hilarious for him to say.
Yeah, that about sums it up.
I like we're not even denying it now. By the way, this is a fun match. I know that, people are going to hear that and shit on it, but tell me they're not telling a story here.
They are.
I think these guys get the psychology of wrestling better than a lot of the boys.
Yes, they do.
Two of the greatest minds in the history of the business. Fair to say?
Without question.
And by the way, I wasn't just kidding around. Go listen to Corny's Drive-Thru. It's fucking tremendous. And I don't care what anybody says. I know he's controversial. I know he says some mean things about my friends sometimes, but goddamn, he's entertaining. Like just him reading the phone book, or I'd love to see him like host an award show. Can you imagine Jim Cornette hosting like the Emmys?
Vince should bring him out every year and host the Hall of Fame.
No, not like the Slammy Awards. Cause he's not going to shit on a legend.
Right.
I mean, he might, but he would rather shit on like if you've been in, so like he'll mock Joey Janela's body and just, blah, 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 blah. Cause he's current, but like right. Jody Hamilton, he'll be like, towards the latter part of his career, he was, large.
Yeah.
So like you could tell where he has respect for someone and is trying to explain something, but doesn't want to, be mean spirited. But then there's other times where he's just like fucking double barrel venom. And I enjoy both because it's just, what a complicated figure. I don't know that there's another human on the planet like Jim Cornette.
I think Jim Cornette found his niche in life.
Oh, without question.
Yeah.
I just think it would be fucking tremendous to see him in a mainstream setting. The world is not ready for Jim Cornette. He's like our wrestling best kept secret.
I kind of wish the schedule would have worked out where he and I would have been able to work together.
Oh, it would have been great. Like, I'm not saying this to be funny and I'm not saying this to make like a political joke, but like the Howard Sterns and Rush Limbaughs and the guys who made a ton of money in talk radio with their controversial and often polarizing opinions and takes. You telling me they're any more talented than Jim Cornette? Jim Cornette just picked something different, but had he gone into radio, he would have been in that Rush Limbaugh, Howard Stern. Cause in that era, they wanted you to say something controversial. Well, goddamn, he would do that by breakfast. He's ready.
Not only that, he just proved he could throw a pretty good working punch as well.
You know, we've talked about the Mount Rushmore situation on this show for a long time, but if you had a Mount Rushmore of managers, both of these guys are probably on the list, huh?
Yeah. And Heenan, and who would be the next one?
I mean, I think you probably go Jimmy Hart.
Yeah. Well, see, you should take that powder and put it in your crotch. And if you'd have put it in his crotch and powdered these balls down, that would have happened. Cornette wins it. Oh, and the fans enjoyed that. There you go.
Look at the crowd, dude.
Yeah.
Listen,
well done, guys.
That's the biggest reaction of the night.
Well done.
I'm not kidding. Look at the crowd.
Yeah.
Good for them. That guy could not wait to get Paulie's pants.
I got in Paulie's pants tonight.
Hey, by the way, I have a racket like that.
Do you really?
Yeah. Cornette gave me one and signed it, "Keep Swinging." So it's in my studio. You know what else I got in my studio in here?
Oh, you got all kinds of shit. I know that.
I got the, No Holds Barred laser disc.
Oh my God.
I got Michael Hayes' Off the Streets, the alternate album cover that they never released. So not the one that you've seen, but like they had two versions of it as like a prototype for Michael, and they picked the other one, but he kept the one they didn't use and he gave it to me, which is kind of cool.
Wow. That's some great information. Paulie's scratching his ass as he runs away.
I'm just saying, like, oh yeah. What's Gordon saying here?
Well, we've seen Paulie, we've seen Jim Cornette, we've seen a couple of gimmicks. Now we're going to see another manager who's done crazy shit as well. Right, Gary?
Well, you know what we're not going to see, and that's Court Bauer, because Court Bauer has learned the dark arts of professional wrestling. You see, he enters the pro wrestling landscape again with an emerging market of podcasts. And there he collects a variety of podcasts like Tony Schiavone, like Bruce Pritchard, like Jim Cornette. And slowly he's going to convince them all to work for his promotion, Major League Wrestling. And he's going to have the greats there, like Brian Pillman Jr.
Well, we really don't give a shit about Court Bauer. Let's go back to the ring.
Oh, that was hurtful.
Well, we had to end it. I shouldn't have said that. Court will call me now. Said, "Do we have heat?" And I'll say, "No, Taz, stop."
Why? Why are you making my life difficult?
I want to tell you something. And this is a shoot. I did not know Taz that well until we did StarCast 2. He is one entertaining fucker, man. I had some great conversations with him. I have a lot of time for Taz. I really do.
I love Taz. I just feel like, he's misunderstood. And you know what Taz's only fault is?
What?
He cares too much.
Nothing wrong with caring too much.
That's what I'm saying though. People who sort of mock Taz and say bad things about Taz and sort of quote unquote hate on Taz. All there is to really hate on is, unlike a lot of others, he cares too much, not too little. There's a lot of people in wrestling who don't give a shit. Taz is not one of them.
Yeah.
Rick Steiner has a dog.
Rick Steiner has a dog. What kind of dog is that?
That's Missy Hyatt. Quit being a dick.
No. What kind of, that's a bloodhound. You know what bloodhounds are good for, don't you?
Well, and I don't know if you saw, but on the other side of Rick Steiner's bloodhound was his coos hound.
I was just going to say that bloodhounds are good about sniffing out shit. So there'll be a lot of sniffing going on, I would think. Kevin Sullivan doesn't give a fuck about a bloodhound. Look at Steiner fucking laying him in. What's this? Oh, God, man. What a performer Kevin Sullivan was. Jesus.
Are we talking about the real Kevin Sullivan or our dogs?
We're talking about the real Kevin Sullivan. The one only gives a shit about what Xander Bogaerts is batting now. How about Dustin Pedroia? He's done, isn't he? He's done. His knees are giving out, haven't he? What do you think?
Real question.
Yeah.
Do you have your email pulled up?
No, I will on my phone. No.
Okay.
Okay, I've got it pulled up now. You sent me something?
I don't know. Did I?
It hasn't come in yet. Oh, by the way, I'd like to say hello to my buddy Dan St. Germain.
Oh, what's up, Dan? We love Dan.
Yeah, Dan. I was on Dan's podcast back in July again, earlier in this month. Where are we? What day are we here?
Yeah, we're here.
Okay, yeah. So I was on his podcast a second time.
Little return match action.
Yeah, little return match action. Little return match action.
Steiner Brothers really taking it to the varsity club.
Who writes this shit on the Urban Dictionary? Writes this.
I can tell I said something. You didn't know what it meant. So I'm like, let me catch him up.
Oh God. I just need to have the Urban Dictionary called up when talking to you. Wow. You know who's, and I guess we've talked about this before, but I think it's worth talking about again. Who was very underrated as a performer was Mike Rotunda.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think he got his just due because he really wasn't that good of a interviewer. Didn't do that good of a promo. He was better when he was a character like IRS. But man, he could go in the ring. He could really work. Okay. Yes, Tony, I think you're exactly right on that. Look, Kevin Sullivan selling that nut shot.
I like the way you sell a nut shot is you wobble your legs.
Yeah, I know. In reality, you get hit in the nuts, you just go right straight down.
How many times have you been hitting the nuts? Real talk.
Real talk. Oh, I don't know, about 4 or 5 times, maybe.
How?
Oh, I don't know. You're out in the backyard playing football and someone throws a football at you, hits you in the nuts. Things like that. Before when you play football on a organized level, you wear a cup, but when you're in the backyard, you don't. And that's where your nuts are exposed. Just little safety talk from Tony Schiavone and Conrad Thompson here on WHW. And the safety talk is when you're playing football, even if it's not organized football, wear a cup. Protect your nuts.
I podcast with a cup.
Wouldn't surprise me. Holy shit.
What the fuck was that?
I have no idea, but God damn it took both of them, didn't it?
Steiner Brothers get the win.
Yeah, over the varsity club, I guess, or what's going to become the varsity club.
Meltzer gave it, or I'm sorry, Wade Keller said it was the best match on the card so far. Gave it a B+.
Huh. Okay. It wasn't bad. To my left is Eddie Gilbert. He's had plenty of time with Missy Hyatt. And what's the guy on the right? What's your name, Sting?
What do you think of Sting's new look here?
Wow, the scorpion on the forehead. I like them colors. With the exception, I don't like orange. You can take that orange, fucking throw it away, but I like that teal look. Teal.
What about the scorpion on the forehead, like Marilyn Manson?
Yeah, that's cool. Eddie Gilbert? We're both dead.
I meant Charles Manson. You know, what about Eddie Gilbert? What do you think he'd be doing if he were alive today?
Oh, well, Eddie Gilbert would be a main player in wrestling. He'd probably be working for AEW. Eddie Gilbert was a smart guy, man. Not only was Eddie Gilbert a smart guy, behind the scenes, he was a cool motherfucker.
Was he really?
Oh, yeah.
Tell me your favorite real life Eddie Gilbert story.
Him fucking Missy.
Oh,
Chong. Oh, chong.
I know he's supposed to be wrestling Great Muta, but this looks like Sting's entrance at WrestleMania.
Yes, it does. It also looks like what happens when you walk in Benihana.
Never been.
Oh, for crying out loud.
We don't have a Benihana in Alabama.
Well, you don't. Shit. There's a lot of restaurants they don't have in Alabama, but you've been to them.
Name one.
That they don't have in Alabama that you've been to.
That's
the Palm.
No, we got them in Alabama.
You do?
No.
I think so. I got you.
I was trying to work a gimmick and say, that's actually, check this out. Muta is a heel.
Yeah.
But fans love this look, this ninja look. Ninjas are over in 1989. I know that's a silly sentence, but they were.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the face paint. He's got the cool ring entrance gear. He's got the cool entrance. He does fancy moves. How about that handspring back elbow and the moonsault? So fans love him, even though he's a heel. Here's Sting, your world television champion.
I don't understand why Eddie Gilbert's walking out with him. Of course, I don't understand the storyline, and we didn't listen to the interview, but
we didn't listen because you were talking about how he was having sex with his girlfriend,
which is always a good idea to do.
What? Have sex with your girlfriend?
Yeah. I mean, I know the thing is, wait till you're married, but I don't agree with that.
Who said that was the thing?
Well, that's kind of the thing you're supposed to, aren't you?
That's the thing down at your Catholic church. I don't think that's the thing for our listeners. If you're listening to this show, you ain't waiting for shit. You're just waiting for somebody to say yes.
Which is real life. But that's what your parents always say. Wait until you're married, son.
So the Great Muta blow and missed here. Wade's going to say that the first few minutes of this feature some moves that would even make Tiger Mask envious.
Well, I can't wait. What are they going to do? Stand in opposite rings and jack off?
Remember how 10 minutes ago you said you've been unfairly represented on this show?
Yeah. I believe so. Come on, Stinger. There you go.
I like the bit about, we're not doing it in that ring. We're doing it in this ring. No, I'm not leaving that ring. We're doing it in this ring. How about Sting's black rat tail? What do you think?
I like it.
I'm
surprised he didn't keep it.
Can we dye our hair blonde?
You want to?
Yeah.
I know what would happen.
What?
You would say, let's dye our hair blonde. I say, okay. So next show we go to, when we go into Wayne, New Jersey, we'll have our hair blonde. I'll say, okay, deal. And I'd show up with blonde hair and you wouldn't.
How excited are you to be in Wayne, New Jersey for our next live show.
Pretty damn excited. So this would make Tiger Mask envious. Just two moves from the top. One by Muda and one by Sting over the two ropes. Oh, there you go. That's pretty fucking cool.
What did you call that?
Over the top?
Yep.
Look at that. There he goes. See that? You know what? And that brings up another issue here. Everything doesn't have to have a fucking name. I think we get tied up in names sometimes. Every maneuver or move doesn't have to have a name for it. And by the way, names are made up things anyway. Someone first called that a flying clothesline or a flying lariat. Someone was the first person to say sunset flip. Someone was the first person to say suplex. So what does it matter? I mean, I think we get caught up in the names. He's hitting him in the side of the head with his fist. He comes back in the ring and he sends a fist to the back of the head. No, let's call that a spine jabber. And let's call that a scoop slam with a forward roll. And let's call that, I don't know. Oh, let's call that a lateral press with a knee to the goozle.
Remember how you said you've been unfairly represented?
Yes. I'm just giving opinions here.
No, I got you.
I mean, I listen to what goes on the day, and I just think that, God, does everything have to have a, like, end of days? What's another one? Swanton bomb. Just, I get it. Just an opinion. I'm getting fired up now.
I can tell.
Yeah. But hey, so what would you give this show so far? This Great American Bash that people have been wanting to see forever.
7 stars.
Oh, for crying out loud.
What?
There's been some good things. They're doing some pretty good things in this match. Steiner Brothers match was good. The King of the Ring or whatever they did at the beginning sucked.
That was called a battle royale.
Yeah, those things. There's never been a good one. Ever.
Tony, did you see the 92 Royal Rumble with Ric Flair?
Yeah. But see, that's a little bit different.
Oh, there we go.
No, it is. It's different when you bring them in one at a time and you have the who's next type coming in type deal. But if you put all 30 of the jackasses in the ring at the same time, it sucks. Because as who told you, you just get in the corner and go forearm, 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 right?
That was Good Brother, Luke Gallows.
He said that?
Trading forearms with the Good Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
And Al Snow calls it chopping meat.
There's never been a good one, ever. And I saw many of them before I became a wrestling fan. I mean, before I was in the wrestling business, while I was a wrestling fan. As a matter of fact, the Crockett's on a regular basis on Thanksgiving night would take 2 rings, like we're seeing right here, go to the Greensboro Coliseum, have a 2-ring battle royal. And they would bring in Andre the Giant sometimes. They would bring in some other guys from the AWA at times. They would bring in some other stars that you normally wouldn't see. And you get excited, and then it would suck. But you were excited because you got to see the stars live, in person. So anyway, back to that, or back to this, the Sting and Muta slowed down here a little bit, but still doing some pretty good shit. How about that? I like that, don't you?
What,
throw him out and come back in?
Yeah.
You don't see many of that. Well, Muta looked good here too, didn't he? Big upper body, thin waist.
What's your favorite Muta match?
I don't know. Muta, I didn't call many Muta matches because by the time I got back, Muta was pretty much wrapping up in WCW, wasn't he?
He came back to WCW in the Nitro era.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's in the archives just recently. He and
Isaiah Chono.
No, it wasn't Chono. Who was the other? Was it? Yeah, Chono. You're right. Thank you. I like this version of Muta better, though, than that version. I like the Muta that first came on the scene that everybody went, wow, he can do some great shit. It goes back. Look at that, man. That's pretty fucking cool.
So the ref bump goes. This is going to fuck up the finish here.
Uh-huh.
Misses the Stinger splash. Down goes Stinger.
Here goes Muta. Look at this moonsault.
One
and
two.
Tommy Young came in and said, "No, only got a 2 count."
Should have been 4. Muta had him beat.
It's almost as if that should have been Sting with the false finish there, since he's the baby face, right?
1, 2. He counts 3, but Muta had the shoulder up.
Well, the fans are digging it.
It only went 8 minutes. And so they raised Sting's hand and announced him as still champion, but Muta had the shoulder up. So it looked like it was a pinning combination. Both men's shoulders were down. Now there's a debate between the 2 referees whose shoulders were really down. Even though Tommy Young counted the pin, he puts the belt down, and Gary Hart gives the belt to Muta. And there's some fans cheering that Muta has the belt. But they announced Sting as being still champion. So it looks like we got a little bit of a title controversy here.
Yes, we got a title controversy. So what do you think of this finish? You like it?
I think it's this is the best wrestling show in the history of wrestling so far.
Okay. It's not bad.
So they announced him as the still champion, but what's most fascinating about this to me is Sting's rat tail and scorpion forehead. A black rat tail and a scorpion forehead. Coming up next, we got Lex Luger and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Now they're going to show you the shoulder is up.
That's for the US title. Here we go. So Sting's left shoulder's already up. It was never down. Now both the Sting shoulders are up and Muta's one shoulder's up. We don't have anybody whose both shoulders are down, but Tommy Young still counted the pin.
So we're going to have to settle it some other time.
Well, I mean, how do you think Tommy Young suggested they handle it?
Well, I think the guy next to me is swolled up and he's got a belt. He doesn't know how to wear it.
You take it, Tony.
Well, let me say this, Gordon. Here's the fact that I have an L shape and I'm going to right across the screen with my hand. There's my finger, my thumb again. And yes, I'm the U.S. heavyweight champion. And there's my finger and thumb again, but I won't show the belt. Nope. I don't want to put the belt around my waist because I want everybody to see there you go. Here it is, the belt, United States heavyweight championship belt, one that probably Conrad is going to own one day. It's not as good as anything that Dave Milligan makes, but it's a damn good belt. And let me say again, with my finger and my thumb out that I am the U.S. heavyweight champion. Let me put my finger and my thumb out again. There you go. One more time. I'll just go right across the screen and draw a line with my finger and my thumb. I don't know how to point. Thank you very much, Gordon. What the fuck did I just see? Who the fuck was he? What the fuck are we doing? I'm going to have a drink. Yes. Souffle. Souffle.
Are we? Well, can I just freestyle for a minute with you here?
Yeah.
I wonder what it would sound like if Jim Ross had a conversation with Gordon Soley. Playing the role of Jim Ross will be Conrad Thompson.
Okay.
Playing the role of Gordon Soley will be Noah Schiavone.
All right.
You ready?
Ready.
Her.
Uh-uh.
Her.
Uh-uh.
Her.
Souffle.
Sassafras.
Uh-uh.
Her.
Smirnoff.
Barbecue sauce.
Uh-uh.
Her.
Uh-uh.
Connie. My boy. So why help me understand what's going on here. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat is standing still on a platform carrying a dragon dressed up in S&M gear. At this point, did you guys know that demolition was so over that we just needed to put this lizard in demolition gear? We had the Road Warriors first, and now they've got these copycats out here with this demolition bullshit. Aha. I've got an answer. Why don't we get a big lizard and put him in some S&M gear?
What the fuck were they thinking about here?
And look at this platform. How narrow it is.
Huh.
He's got to like surf his way to the ring.
I wish that dragon would have pissed and shit on somebody. That'd have been great.
This is animal bullshit.
Wow. What a fucked up entrance that was. You notice how Bonnie came out with little Ricky. She wouldn't go nowhere near that dragon.
He's done after this, by the way.
Is his last match?
Last big one. Of course, we've been watching the build on our way here on TV, and Bonnie's out first in a sequined outfit, and she's got little Ricky in his arms. And I feel like somebody's got some splaining to do.
I also feel, you know what? I'm not so sure that I don't know who the director was here. I don't think it was Keith, but they just setting on a wide shot a lot here, aren't they?
Yeah. You guys had really Schiavone by this point.
No, I wasn't working for them. Get that in your head, fucker.
Well, don't worry. You'll be back for RoboCop. Oh, this is my favorite. Look, it stops. He's trying to move it.
Turn.
The fucking turntable was supposed to spin all the way around, and it got like 3/4 and stopped. And then he tried to like move it with his hips. Like, what the fuck? It's stuck. It's tremendous. Boy, how much were they trying to push Lex Luger here with the turnstile, the pyro? They're trying their best this is their best WWF impression, is it not? With these two entrances here.
Oh, there it is.
And by the way, I don't have that belt. I wish I did. Nobody knows where it's at.
It's a famous one.
Supposedly it was in, behind glass at Jocks and Jill's, the base of the CNN Center. What do you think, Luger's saying here? Let's play the audio for the fans.
Nobody tells me how to defend my belt. Either you waive a no DQ stipulation, or I'm out of here. You don't get a shot at this belt at all.
So Steamboat has to decide, waive the no DQ or no shot. Here he's saying again. And what he said right there is motherfucker. I don't know if you heard that. Is that Gary
Speaking
Juster?
of motherfuckers, there's Gary Juster.
Gary Juster looks like he,
Yeah.
has a stamp collection. Gary Juster looks like he used to like burn insects with magnifying glasses.
Got a mustache, man.
So was Gary Juster, what was that word in the Urban Dictionary I sent you today?
A coos hound.
What did you say?
You asked me what you sent me. Was Gary, you were asking, was Gary Juster a coos hound? I don't know.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. It originates from coos. You're doing your best to get me to read this, aren't you? Ain't doing it. Ain't going to do it. Here we go. Come on. I can't wait. Steamboat's last match before he goes north and makes some money. I guess he went and became a fire-breathing dragon after this, didn't he? Yes, Tony, he did.
I'm not answering you until you tell me what Gary Juster was or wasn't, what that means. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I'll try to put it in words where that it's not offensive.
Fuck it. Never mind. This match gets an A, by the way. It's the best match on the card so far.
Okay. Okay. Let me use it in a sentence.
No, just don't. Just fuck it. The match was beautiful as was expected. Both men excelled. Ricky, why bring back the family when you finally got rid of that stigma of an image? And to bring a dragon, what's the point? Luger's posing at the beginning was reminiscent of Hogan's at WrestleMania 4. Hey,
there's two definitions of coos hound in here.
The match was still tremendous. Don't do it. Please don't do it. By the way, coming up next, we've got the War Games match. Are you excited about the War Games?
One of these two things was posted by cooshound.com.
Freebirds and the Samoan SWAT team on one side, Road Warriors and Dr. Death and the Midnights on the other side. So it's going to be a fun brawl coming up here in a minute in War Games. And then don't forget, in your main event, Ric Flair and Terry Funk for the world title. That one's going to get an A as well. So
using it in a sentence, the second definition says sure was an easy fucking coos hound.
No.
Just using it in a sentence. Tony Soprano is the biggest coos hound around.
No.
That's another one.
No, please stop. It's not entertaining or funny. It's just like our show.
Well, I've enjoyed this. We got to find more Urban Dictionary words to use here.
No, I'm just never going to do it again. We'll just call it straight.
So this match gets an A, huh?
By the way, on the other side, you guys were debuting No Holds Barred. It was the summer movie, which is why I mentioned that I had it on Laserdisc. I was hoping you would talk about it a little bit, but you paid no attention to this podcast.
I will talk about it because I watched it recently. I loved it.
I don't care what you thought about the movie. I meant the promotion of the movie premieres, what it was like for the company promoting a movie at the time. You'd never done it before.
I was great. I interviewed Kurt Fuller. He was in full character. And I interviewed Tiny Lister. He was in full character. I felt like that I was, as Vince McMahon would have said, while drinking a bottle of water, doing movies. So I really enjoyed it. And I enjoyed that at the end of No Holds Barred. I've said this before. I didn't realize at the time, but he kills Zeus. He kills Kurt Fuller, electrocutes him, and everybody cheers. See that table on the outside there, Conrad?
I do.
Yep. Maryland Commission, Sports Commission. The biggest scam ever perpetrated on athletes.
Explain.
They were just there to get money. That's all they were there for.
Why were you there?
To get money.
Is that Dave Silva calling right now?
I don't know why Dave Silva's ringtone shows up on other guys' thing.
You've really done a poor job here. Well, call the match here.
Well, what were we talking about before Dave Silva?
What were we talking about? No holds barred.
Oh yeah, it was, and I really enjoyed it. It was just a terrible movie that was put out there, and I enjoy terrible movies. Rip 'em. Yeah. Good stuff. So you got it on Laserdisc, huh?
Yep.
You got a Laserdisc player?
Yep.
No, you don't. No one's got a Laserdisc player anymore.
If you know all the answers, why are you even bothering asking me the questions? Just you take it from here.
No, come on. Do you have a VHS player?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You have an 8-track?
Yeah.
Cassette?
Yeah.
Turntable?
Yeah.
Got 45s?
Yeah.
How about 78s? Do you have those?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. How about the old Victrola with the needle and the big speaker?
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't surprise you if you're a collector.
Yeah.
Hey, ooh, man, that was pretty good. Fuck. No, Luger doesn't usually throw clotheslines like that, Conrad.
Yeah.
Fuck. What do you think about that cell job by Steamboat?
Yeah.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God. Laserdisc. My God.
Yeah.
That must be worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
Tony Schiavone must have been your favorite announcer of all time.
Nope.
Aha! Fox. Steamboat. There you go, buddy. I love those chops. Oh, what the fuck's Tommy Young doing? Steamboat could not only chop it, he would put his whole body and his legs into it, you know?
Yeah.
All right, get out of that mode.
Nope.
Whoa, head and shoulder up. Remember, this was the same place where Luger bled and the match was thrown out by the Maryland State Athletic Commission.
Yeah.
Oh, crossbody, one. So this got an A from
Yeah.
from the from the Observer.
Yeah.
Hey, I bet you Tony Schiavone's your favorite podcaster.
Nope. Huh.
Oh, really?
Huh.
Okay.
Sassafras.
Fuck, these guys are having a good match here, man. This is pretty cool. Of course, you know, anybody could have a good match with Steamboat. But it takes two.
Huh.
Was JR doing commentary on this?
Of course.
Why haven't they shown him?
It's the great condition that he's in, both physical and mental condition.
That's kind of
that he's able to
interesting.
continue to go after the pounding that he's taken so far.
Usually you get your play-by-play guys to set the stage for you, and then haven't seen him at all.
Bob Caudle and JR on the call, as you hear there.
Interesting.
It is weird because normally if JR's doing it, there's 38.
JR on cameras, yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
I thought JR and Cottle were a great team. I really did.
Without question. You know, you busted my balls recently here on the show about the number of unread emails I have.
Yeah.
It motivated me a little bit.
Good. You cleared them out?
Do you know how long that would take? So here's what I've done. Started unsubscribing to junk.
Yeah.
I did it for a week straight.
Uh-huh.
It's really cut down on the email.
Oh, I know.
As of now, with all the improvements I've made, I only have 136,769 unread. And as you said last week, it was 156 last you saw. So I've got rid of 20,000.
That's good, man.
Yeah. How come you get mad when I say yeah?
Here's an idea. You can set your Gmail to where whenever something says Starcast in it, it goes into like a Starcast folder.
Yeah.
Automatically.
Yeah.
Then you just have to read that.
Yeah.
Because as we know, closer we get to Starcasts, the least time you have for anybody else.
Well, why are you saying that to be a dick a little?
I'm just stating fact.
This is going to be a much easier Starcast.
That's good. Because there wasn't anything easy about putting together that stuff in Vegas. Klondike Bill.
There he is.
God bless him.
What's he on the headset for? What are they talking? Who's talking to him?
They just say ring the bell. That's all.
I mean, couldn't he figure that out on his own?
No. Back then you couldn't ring the bell until they told you to.
Why does he got to be at ringside to do it? Why don't they just put him somewhere else?
Because he's Klondike Bill. Needs to be out and about, checking out the women.
Oh, you knocked down the referee. You can't knock down the referee.
And the referee asked for the bell?
Yeah, of course.
God bless America.
Another screw job finish on this pay-per-view. Oh, and he slung Tommy Young out of the ring. Let's listen to the call here.
He wants to mash Luger.
It's payback time.
Luger trying to cover up. To the solar plexus it goes. Steamboat sends him in. One more time. Luger out of the ring. Steamboat's got that chair. Oh, man, did you hear that?
Man, I tell you, that would have crushed his head in if he'd have hit him with that one. He's going to chase him right on out of the arena.
He's going to... Man, Luger is running for his life. Steamboat's holding it. He fell. He tripped right over here.
Man, how into that chair shot was the crowd? Like, they're roaring. Listen to this. What if he would have hit Bonnie with the chair?
Wow. Probably been another big roar. I thought it was funny that Luger, during that exchange we're listening to it, Luger got hit with the chair that first time after the DQ. And then he stepped out of the ring, and I guess Steamboat said, no, come back in, because he got hit with the chair and he came right back in the ring. You would think that once you got hit with the chair, you'd run, which he eventually did, but he had to come back in the ring first. Not, with the exception of the finish, not bad at all, really. Every time I see Steamboat, I'm thinking one of the most amazing performers ever. Really. God, the guy could do everything. There's a DQ.
Wild, ain't it?
He looked good. He had great charisma. He could show the rage. He could sell. Just, let's go back to the wide shot, please. And just sit on that for a while.
Why are you so tore up about it?
Oh, there he is. Go ahead.
What?
Do EJR. Come on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are at the Great American Bash 1989. Let me tell you, I am the #1 wrestling announcer in the world. You can't convince me any different. You see, I thought Tony Schiavone was gunning for my spot. He's not even the lead announcer for the goddamn Ultimate Warrior. And they don't have the type of action that we've had in these two double rings here. Coming up next, we're going to set up a cage Not one of those funky ass blue cages that, well, not like Blue Chew, but you know, one of them shitty cages. Instead, we got the real deal. Let's go to the Freebirds.
Hey, Michael, what do you say there, Michael? I am Jimmy Garvin, and I'm a pilot. And we've got a couple of Samoans right below us here. One is Fatu, and I don't know who the other one is. But what do you think of the sunglasses we got on? What else do I have to say? I've become a free bird. I used to be gorgeous Jimmy Garvin. Hey, I got a dog named Denzel. Hey, I'm going to wear a fanny pack all the way up until the year 2019. Hey, I'm a gimmick. Hey, I'm cool. Hey, who are these two Samoans in front of me? Hey, we're going to be in War Games. Hey, War Games are going to suck because we're in it. Hey, the only guy here that can work is the guy behind me who I'm keep putting my head in front of. Terry Bam Bam Gordy, the only one of the Freebirds that knew how to work. Only thing I had was a moonwalk and a punch. Hey, Conrad's a good friend of mine. Hey, I'm going to still be in the wrestling business when none of these motherfuckers in this shop with me will be. Hey, I'm going to be making good money. Hey, Bad Street, USA. Hey, give me a joint. Hey, did you pull my ass? Hey, give me a joint. Hey, Bad Street, Atlanta, GA. Baddest place in the whole USA.
Wow.
Bad Street, nasty and hot. The further down the block you got, the badder it got. Dun, 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 dun. I'm singing, Terry. Michael, who are these fuckers in front of me biting their ears? Michael, I'm a real wrestler. I ain't going to be put about with these guys biting their ears in front of me. Michael, I can outwork all you motherfuckers. Michael, I took my sunglasses off. Michael, I never liked the fucking song. Bad Street, Atlanta, GA. Dun, 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 dun. Bad Street in the whole U. And Michael, shut up. I'm talking. Now, let's go to the ring. Who were the one was Fatu, right?
Yes.
And who was the other one?
Let me look that up. I don't remember both of their names.
That's not Rikishi. Wasn't Fatu and Rikishi the original Samoan SWAT team?
Samu and Fatu.
Samu and Fatu. Okay.
There you go.
All right. So we've got them as one team in War Games, right?
Fatu is Rikishi, by the way.
That was Rikishi? Wow, I missed that one. I'm sorry.
What's Stan Lane saying here?
Stan Lane saying, I'm standing beside a mute. So I'm going to be talking. Jim Cornette has already won his match. He powdered up his crotch. And I'm standing beside a mute. I will never stick that microphone in front of this guy's face. Hey, I'm flying high. Who the fuck was that just went by? I'm flying high again. Yeah, that's right. That's right, boys. Here I am flying high. Get out of my way. That's right. Jim Ross is a friend of mine. That's right. Anybody who's a friend of mine knows that I'm not going to hurt you. I'll hurt any of you other motherfuckers because here's the fact of the wrestling business. I'm one of the baddest motherfuckers ever. I may not know how to hold the microphone near my mouth, but I can fucking wrestle. And I was a great amateur wrestler, a great football player, and let's bring in these face-painted jack-offs. There's to my right is Hawk. Hawk, you're a hell of a man. And then to my left is Joe Laurinaitis. Joe, why don't you play Frisbee with your brother and leave us to wrestling? All right? Here's the fact. 1, 2, 3, we're going to take them down. And the fact is that we've got War Games coming up. We got 2 members of the Midnight Express. We got 2 members of the Road Warriors, and we got Dr. Death Steve Williams. We are really, really badasses, if you know what I mean. I mean, we're shooting badasses. Give me a Well, let me tell you this. Dr. Death Steve Williams. I may look bad and have face paint and look like I'm with these big traps, a bad motherfucker, but I'm really a fucking walking dumbass is all I am from Minnesota. That's right. I'm not as famous as my son, who was a football player and a star at Ohio State and became a star with the Rams as well. Tell him, Hawk. What a rush. Tony Schiavone. What a rush. Tony Schiavone. Wow. Let me tell you this. I'm going to go in here. I was in the first War Games, and I hurt J.J. Dillon. I may just end up hurting somebody else. And I may start with Michael Hayes because, well, no one really likes Michael Hayes. So I'll start with him. I'll hurt him, and then I may hurt Jimmy Garvin. Can't hurt the Samoans. Wouldn't want to hurt Bam Bam Terry Gordy. There you go. War Games. There's your teams, man. You excited about it?
Well, I mean, it's going to happen. And I like that they had these, God damn. God
These fucking white pants.
And of course, Michael Hayes right out front with a sequiny shirt and white pants. And they got Terry Gordy dressed up in these. He ain't gonna wear that type of outfit, but he's got the shades on in the back.
When they all started running down the ramp, it looked like a fire drill to strip club. Whoa, let's leave.
A fire drill at a strip. We can turn the show off. We ain't beating that one today.
I don't know about you fuckers, but I am wide shotted out. Okay. Enough. I
don't think we care as much as you do about the wide shots.
Oh, it just bores the fuck out of me. I mean, yeah, you've got guys with ringside cameras. You got Jackie Crockett down there. You got Tim Smith. You got some great ringside cameramen who have done the job before. Fucking use them. Show a fan reacting.
By the way,
this has to be WWE just had to take all the tapes and build their own shots.
Let me read you some reviews from the Torch.
All right.
The Bash had class. I thought it was as good, if not better, than any other pay-per-view I've ever seen. What will they do with the skyscrapers? The fans love Sid and were bored by Dangerous Dan. Paulie Dangerously not only looks like Brother Love's slimmer, pale twin, but he runs like him with colored bloomers on. Sting's new look is great. I like Steamboat, but he should have left everyone home. War Games, put them all in a cage at once and let them brawl. Funk Flair in one word, classic. Rating 9. Here's another one. The NWA's pay-per-view shows continue to set a pace of excellence. They're setting a pace of wrestling which merges the golden era to the modern era of high spots and circus performers. Like it or not, it's the best out there. They're getting the most out of their talent, and that's great. I am, though, totally sick of hearing about and seeing Ricky Steamboat's family. His family is no more unique than any other wrestlers. I'm also sick of Tommy, I Am the Main Event Young. Pay-per-view seems to be replacing live shows. In a way, I guess it's okay. Though I do love the action in the NWA. I'll remind them of porno rule number 34B. If you get it every time, it gets boring. But for now, let's enjoy. I know I did, but since I got only what I expected and no more, I rated a 6.5. Another one. Far and away the greatest pay-per-view I've ever seen. It would be hard to imagine anything topping this effort by the NWA. Aside from a few technical glitches and a couple of bouts that were not quite up to par, this card should be the standard bearer for professional wrestling. I just hope that enough people saw it to make a significant difference for the NWA. And he gave it a 9.5. And how about Wade Keller's review? It wasn't the same without Dusty Rhodes, Butch Reed, and the Iron Sheik. Not to mention my disappointment at the absence of the Ding Dongs, but Jason Hervey's appearance did make up for it. Seriously, I feel at this point that this was the best pay-per-view show of the year, if not ever. From top to bottom, it was a blast without a moment of boredom. Luger's self-bashing move with the chair was the move of the night. I like the Gary Hart, Terry Funk alliance, not to mention Mood is thrown in there too. Thought the crowd was enthusiastic and in most cases reacted as the NWA would have liked. Loved Ross's explanation of why the skyscrapers are athletes and the unnamed twin towers are lethargic. Sting's new look is pretty neat, and I think he hasn't been as hot as he is right now since Clash won with Flair. Bob Caudle was much below his normally good job. Actually, he was terrible and embarrassing at times. How about giving Lance Russell more exposure? Thought Soley was nice touch, although he wasn't smooth much of the time. I've watched it 3 times already and probably several more by the time you read this. I give it a 9.
I like this show. I don't like these continual wide shots.
We've heard, God damn it.
Okay, so let me finish, motherfucker. But it sounds like, I don't know if it sounds like Wade Keller's jacking off to it.
What's the greatest fucking wrestling pay-per-view of all time? Are you not even listening?
I'm listening. This is the greatest wrestling pay-per-view of all time.
Yeah. Didn't you hear him say that?
Bull fucking shit. It may have been the greatest wrestling pay-per-view up until 1989, but bullshit. It was good. It had some good stuff, and I'm sure this match is going to be very good. Hell, they got 2 guys who can work starting things out, going at it, man. Then you still got Flair and Funk, which I'm sure they're going to tear the roof off of those 2 guys because they knew what the fuck they were doing. And they had good storylines leading up to it. So they had people excited about it. But you know what, Conrad? They still had the dark mat covers. They still had the dark. Whoa, fuck. Do you remember watching this as a kid?
No, I didn't watch this shit.
Oh, come on.
No.
What were you watching in 89?
Are you serious right now?
Yes. You're watching Hulk Hogan.
Thank you. I mean, every kid my age was. This was adult wrestling.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess specifically, I probably in 89 here. Yeah, I was still watching Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was my favorite, but it wasn't going to be long. And then it was time. I feel like this is the music you turn on when you get that blue chew pulsing through your veins. Is that the best wrestling music ever or what?
That's pretty fucking cool. I have to agree.
It's got to be top 5 best themes ever.
It was one of those themes when it hit, fans went fucking nuts.
Oh, for sure.
And then the bell rang. But I get it, what you're talking about. I mean, this was the target audience for WCW was much different than the target audience, the WWE.
You know who had the best theme music on this show?
On this show?
Yeah.
My favorite has always been, and I kind of made fun of it. My favorite always has been the Freebirds, Bad Street USA.
They didn't come out to that.
They didn't?
No.
Okay. I don't know who had the best theme music.
No, they may have, but this one, come on. You act like you don't know which one this is. Look who's in the ring, dude.
Okay.
You gonna tell me that's
the original one, man.
Dude, that's the real Midnight Express theme. That's the jam. You out on that? You don't like that?
No, I like that. That's cool. Bobby and Jimmy Jam going at it here, man. Good shit.
The opening of Bad Street was underrated, though.
Really?
I gotta tell you, one of the coolest things I did in my little wrestling podcast run here, that's clearly coming to a close.
Stop it.
Is we did a live show in Atlanta, finally. Bruce and I did earlier this year. And, yeah.
Yeah.
Michael Hayes was our surprise guest.
Oh my God.
And we've talked about Michael Hayes weekly at that point for over 2 years. And nobody ever thought he was going to show up. And it was almost like, Bruce Pritchard described it as like, in the movie Talladega Nights, where Ricky Bobby leaves race tickets for his dad to every single race he's ever been in, but his dad never comes.
Yeah.
Well, every time we did a live show, we were piggybacking WWE, we would invite Michael Hayes, and every time he would say he would try, then he never made it. Then we wound up there Super Bowl weekend, and he said, "Okay, but you're going to have to send a car to get me. I ain't coming." Cause he lives in the fucking woods.
Yes, he does.
You've been in his house, right?
Yes, I have.
So, oh yeah, I was there. So he lives in the middle of fucking nowhere in the woods. And it's not like anywhere near downtown Atlanta, way out in the sticks. It's got a great place. I'm not disparaging the house. I'm just saying it's not downtown. So we're doing our shit, and he wants, a car to pick him up. Well, of course I can't just send a car unless it's an Uber. So I send an Uber XL, and the guy's there, and Michael won't come out of the house. So it's one of those deals where, what time is the show? I don't remember the time. So I'm just going to tell you it's 6. And I'm going to say, well, it starts at 6, but we don't need you until like 7:15. Okay. Why don't you send a car to get me at 7? Well, Michael, you're 45 minutes away. So if he gets you at 7, if there's any traffic, you'll arrive after the show's done. So, well, we kind of want you to be on the show. All right, then 6:45. And I'm like, Michael, it's 45 minutes away. Why don't we just say 6:30? And if you're a little late, that's okay. All right, then. So the guy shows up at 6:25. Michael doesn't come out. So the guy calls me and says, "I'm here." And I'm like, "Hey, you're not picking me up, picking up my buddy. I'll let him know you're there." I call Michael from the stage. He doesn't answer. And then the guy's blowing me up, and I'm like, "Hey, he's there. Just hang tight." Eventually the guy fucking leaves. And then Michael calls and says, "Where's your goddamn driver? I told you I'd be ready at 7:00. I'm early. It's 6:55. We said 6:30. I wasn't ready then. I'm ready now." So anyway, when I know that he's finally there, and it's like my proudest accomplishment, I get the text as I'm on stage, and we just, do like a pause, and I don't know how I threw to it, but there was some sort of slick way I threw to it, and the music hit, and everybody's looking around because nobody really remembers the beginning. Like, what the fuck is that noise? But then when the fucking guitar hit, everybody's like, holy shit, that ain't real. And then not only is he hearing his full gimmick, but he danced and pranced the whole way to the ring, and then got on stage and sort of showed ass for him for a minute. And then, the further down the block he went, the better it got, sang along with him, and the whole fucking crowd singing Bad Street. It's like one of the coolest. I know that doesn't sound that cool, but when you've got 350 people singing Bad Street USA, and they're doing it because this is this iconic character in wrestling that has become larger than life on our show, because we've talked about it every single week, and nobody expects he's ever actually going to be there. And we didn't advertise him, and he was. And I think that's what's fun about wrestling, is the surprise, which is why whenever we have a live show and we have a guest, I never promote it, because I just think it's better just for it to be a surprise.
Yeah, because you get to the point to where they say, gotta go. You don't know who's going to show up.
Yeah. But it's also, like if you know they're coming, it's not as fun.
No, you're right.
Like, oh, they're going to be here and ta-da, they're here. But like, if you think, like Lois is just going to go to bed without even giving you a kiss goodnight. And then she gives you a little bit of the old, how's your father? You're really excited.
Yeah. It's a nice surprise.
Absolutely.
In our case, I would have a heart attack.
Why? If it was her idea, you mean?
Yes.
You have to initiate?
Oh my God. Every time.
What's that sound like?
She has never kissed me.
What?
She's never kissed me.
How is that possible?
I've always kissed her.
And she'll accept it if you do it, but she's not coming to do it.
Right. Never.
So when you guys
never kissed me.
When you guys go to counseling, do you talk about that?
We don't go to counseling.
Do you think maybe you should?
No. We had gone to counseling when the kids were growing up, and we had 5 kids, and it was kind of crazy, but we stopped going.
Got it all figured out?
No, we ain't got it all figured out. It was a waste of money and time. So yeah, we had it all figured out. But no, she's never kissed me.
Why not?
She just doesn't initiate kisses. She never has.
You think you have bad breath?
Nope. No, I don't.
All right.
She just never initiated kisses.
Okay.
And she's never jumped my bones.
That's not true. You told us here on the show that she threw that monkey on you.
Threw that monkey on me.
Yeah. Don't get cute now. You said straight up when y'all first were dating or whatever, one of the very first days, she threw that monkey on you. And now you're going to act like it didn't happen?
This is fat too. I mean, this is Rikishi right here.
No.
Oh man, threw that monkey on me.
Why did that get on you?
It just doesn't get on me. That's funny. I like that term.
Well, I'm glad you like it.
So what do you think about these war games? It's pretty good, isn't it?
Nah.
A lot of pretty good bumping going on here.
It's not pretty good. It's the greatest wrestling pay-per-view ever. That's what all the fans say. Now I say it's ECW One Night Stand 2005. Have you and I watched that together yet? I don't think we have.
No, but that has to be one of our next ones, doesn't it?
God damn.
We've watched a number of ECWs.
Yeah, we just need to watch some more.
I agree. I can't get enough of Francine.
Will you stop it?
I can't get enough of Francine. I'm sorry.
Why do you do? Why? I don't understand.
She was just.
You have like an unhealthy obsession, dude.
Well, with Francine, it's unhealthy that I thought she was sexy and attractive and beautiful. That's unhealthy.
Well, you're married and you're talking about another woman this way. Maybe that's why your wife doesn't initiate. You ever think about that?
You may have something there.
Oh my God. I love you.
We should have gone to you for counseling.
I love you, Tony Schiavone. I love you went from shitting on it to, goddamn, that's actually pretty logical. God, it tickles me.
Oh. Relationships are funny.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're funny. That's what it's all about. Relationships, good or bad.
Yeah. And you started to give me a little credit for, relationships in your life.
Yeah. Shit. Here in 2019, as you and I sit here, as the summertime is winding down, I'm going to give you credit for everything in my life right now.
Oh God.
I am. I keep turning my life around.
And yet you won't initiate for me.
Well, I'm initiating right now.
If you think we're not going to make that a t-shirt,
I'll buy it.
Have you ever heard the R. Kelly song Ignition?
Here we go.
What?
Does it have the word cooter in it?
No. Oh my God. I used that word at home the other day.
Oh my God.
It was tremendous.
Was it? I'm sure it went over like a lead fucking balloon turned a punch bowl.
No, it was great. It got over. And then I started to abbreviate it. Started to shorten it up, tighten it up a little bit.
Yeah. Would you say coot?
A coot. I got it over, dude. I didn't see it coming. I'll be honest.
It is a very entertaining word.
Cooter.
Oh, it's tremendous. It's funny.
Isn't this funny?
It is. It's a funny word.
That's what we're trying to do here on the show.
Yes, we're trying to come up with funny words. Stan Lane coming in, buddy, clearing out the house.
So I just sent you the lyrics.
Oh, God. You always send me these lyrics.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we're supposed to be doing, right?
Paulie had the sheet of paper and he went, I don't want to see that.
So, I guess what I'm suggesting here is that we need to get over initiate.
Initiate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to make that a thing, but I just sent you the lyrics to an R. Kelly song named Ignition. And since it's sort of our deal where you're going to do a song a week now.
Oh my God.
And we are. It's our gimmick now. I need you to do this one. Now, this one is, let me tell you, a lot less offensive than what I've had you reading lately.
All right.
So I think you'll enjoy this one. Let me know what you think. We're ready. We're ready.
It hasn't arrived yet. It's going to arrive here in a minute, though.
You got business internet. Click refresh. God damn it.
I am. There it is.
There we go.
Here we go.
Pretty excited.
Okay. Here's Paul Lee saying, no, I'm not trying to be rude, but hey, pretty girl, I'm feeling you. The way you do the things you do remind me of my Lexus coupe. That's why I'm all up in your grill trying to get you to a hotel. You must be a football coach. The way you got me playing the field. Now give me that toot toot. And I'll give you that beep beep. Running my hands through my fro, bouncing on 24s, while they say on the radio, this is the remix to Ignition. Hot and fresh out of the kitchen. Mama rolling that body, got every man here a wishing. Sipping on Coke and rum, like so what I'm drunk. It's the freaking weekend, baby. I'm about to have some fun. You ready? Bounce, 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 bounce. Now it's like once you get out of them clothes, privacy is on the door. Still, they can hear you screaming more. Girl, I'm feeling what you're feeling. No more hopping and wishing. All right, hoping and wishing. I'm about to take my key and stick it in the ignition. So give me that toot toot, and I'll give you that beep beep.
That's enough. We're good.
Okay. Thank God.
Oh God. What do you think my favorite line in the whole deal was?
Your favorite line in the whole deal was, give me that toot toot, and I'll give you that beep beep.
Scroll down until you see 2 question marks and read those 2 lines.
Can I get a toot toot? Can I get a beep beep?
This is the best.
And the last line is just thugging it out. That's R. Kelly, huh?
Yep.
Well, God bless him. You and I could write songs. You and I could write lyrics for rap songs.
This is what I've been trying to say for weeks, and you always shut it down. But I want us to do rap.
Oh, you want us to do our own rap? You want us to do our own rap song?
Yeah.
Come up with lyrics. Okay.
We can. Listen, he got over toot toot. You telling me I can't get over coot coot? I know I can. Coot coot's way more over than toot toot ever was. Let me get some of that coot coot. See, that's the tugboat version.
Oh.
Why is this so much fun? Let me just tell you, it's a lot more fun than watching the Freebirds in a war game.
Yes. Because the name of our group's going to be called the Coos Hounds.
We can't do that.
Oh, stop it. We can't do that. Jesus.
I mean, here's the deal. My mom's going to want to come to my concerts. She's very supportive. I have a very supportive mother.
I know.
She might know what the word coos means. I can't do that.
Here's the deal, Conrad. Don't invite your family to your shows.
I don't. They just show up because they want to support me. I have a supportive family.
We've got, we're going to be in Wayne, New Jersey.
Yeah. Mom's not coming to New Jersey. She says if America needed an enema, you'd put the hose in New Jersey.
Well,
and I said, Mom, they have enough hose in New Jersey. She thought that was funny. Gave me a high five, made me a burrito. How excited are you that you have a board that has sound effects on it now?
I had to hit it there, man. I was going to leave it alone today.
I'm not mad at it.
But here's the deal.
All right. Tell me the deal.
We're going to be in Wayne, New Jersey, 20 miles away from Matt Schiavone's in-laws. And they're great people.
They can't come.
I told Matt that. I said, none of Julianne's family can come to our show. He said, and he didn't argue at all because he has seen our shows. He said, yeah, I got it. I went, whew. My sister told me, if you guys ever come to Virginia, I'm coming to your show. I went, no, you're not. No, you're not.
Hey, let me ask, is Jobber Schiavone ever coming to a show?
I hope not.
So you don't like him?
No, life is good without him.
Oh, wow. But that's something that he's going to have to talk to somebody about.
No, I'm giving you.
I know you're busting balls.
I'm busting balls.
That's what we do. I mean, you also don't really thug it out.
Look at this. Wow. I guess that would be a finish.
Dude, that's a hell of a finishing maneuver.
You fucking A, it is. And so, chat me up about this. Wade Keller had enough of Tommy Young?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I have a theory.
Okay. And what would that theory be, Conrad?
No, I don't know. It's like when we said the other day, or I guess it was a few weeks ago. Remember that Easter egg that was on Monday Night Raw?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's about that rumor. And that got everybody stirred up. They don't know.
Yeah,
we were just making shit up. Like none of that really happened to guys. We just wanted to sound interesting. Like we had inside information. Sort of the same thing here with when I hit you with, I have a theory. You were supposed to say, oh yeah, I get it. And then we get a bunch of tweets, but instead you were like, well, what was it? Fuck. I was making it up. Nothing.
Oh no, you're talking about that theory.
Yeah. That one.
Oh, I get it.
I mean, everybody knows that,
Oh, yeah, I know. I knew that. I wasn't working there at that time and I knew that.
Sure. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Well, it was common knowledge in wrestling.
I agree. Totally.
Isn't this match over?
Well, I mean, just because the door's open and they rang the bell.
Yeah. It doesn't mean they're going to stop.
It's a post-match angle, Tony. You ever heard of those?
Yeah. What was the grade that Wade Keller gave this?
B.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. He gave it a beep, beep. I think he wanted a little more toot, toot. We're here with one of the all-time greats, the master of the suplex, perhaps in his most beautiful robe ever that now hangs on the Conrad, as does the big gold belt. We have it on good authority that before Conrad Thompson started collecting your family members, he collected your old memorabilia.
Well, that's right, Gordon Soley. I'm going to try to do a babyface interview here as best I can. People don't like when Ric Flair does a babyface interview because I don't get the wild-eyed and I don't go, woo. The fact is, I can do a babyface interview. I can be low-key, and I can still get pussy tonight.
Well, I have it on good authority that that's not your primary focus tonight.
Yeah, you're wrong. My primary focus tonight is get out of this thing alive with Terry Funk, because you just don't know what he's going to do. He may try to, once again, put me through a table with a pile driver. Get out of this, have a few clear ones, knock them back, have someone polish the knob of the baby's arm. They got to have hair, but that's what I plan to do. Here's the fact is, I may be the nature boy Ric Flair, but after it all is said and done, I'm just Richard Flair having a drink, getting my knob polished. That's all I want. And I'm going to have someone put a sock on it tonight.
Well, I'm sure the fans can't wait to hear all about your baby's arm in a few years when Tony Schiavone is plucked from relative obscurity by the pod god Conrad Thompson.
Well, here's the fact that he's turned Schiavone's life around, and I kind of turned his life around too in Las Vegas. It was a different way, though. I did that. But the fact is that as long as I get my knob polished, doesn't matter what age I am. And the fact is that you cannot bleach your pubic hairs.
Well, we've heard that Tommy Rich puts peroxide on his balls and he would dip his sack in peroxide.
Well, Tommy Rich never got as much pussy as I did. That's a fact. There may be some redneck women in somebody's offices that loved him.
Well, we're going to go find those redneck women right now while you go out there and put on a performance of a lifetime with the greatest wrestler that ever lived, Terry Funk. That's exactly right, ladies and gentlemen. We're out here amongst the all-star crew, not only of wrestlers, but of broadcasters. You see, Bob Caudle, every broadcaster worth his salt is here in World Championship Wrestling right now. You know, we've got Gordon Soleil, we've got Lance Russell, we've got Bob Caudle, and we've got, by God, Jim Ross. I mean, I can't think of anybody we're missing.
Yeah, well, there was this one guy. You remember him, don't you? He thought he was going to be in Jim Crockett Promotions forever, but they sold the company and he left.
Well, they left because he ran them out of town on a rail. You see, that company was making money hand over fist, and then Tony Schiavone came in and drove the whole thing into the shitter. And I have it on good authority he's going to do the same thing here. I'm just hoping to jump out and jump onto a much bigger train just in time for WrestleMania.
And it sounded something like that. Well, before we get into this match, which is I got about 25, 30 minutes to wrestle here. What the fuck? Everybody's coming out of the men's room for this one.
Terry Funk, baby.
Who the fuck? Oh, okay. He's got policemen with him. I got it. It just looked like a bunch of guys at first.
He's got heat.
Yeah. So don't you think they should be in front of him?
Well, they need to be able to see him on TV. Stupid.
You could still see him on TV if you put your camera in there.
He doesn't really have heat. They're doing it to make it seem like he's more dangerous and crazy than he really is. It's a gimmick. It's a work. It's a funny ha-ha. One of those guys.
Well, I know it's a gimmick. It's a work. It's pro wrestling. And the guy's smiling. Look at this. Security guy grinning. By the way, I know it's a work.
Well, teach me more.
Let's see.
If you had a question for Francine at StarCast,
yeah,
and you finally meet her for an extended period of time,
yes,
what are you going to ask? And before you answer, it was in the lyrics. I just see you.
I would ask her, how's it going?
No. Look at this entrance. It's raining pyro.
That's pretty cool.
Dude, it's badass.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's his best robe he ever had.
I agree. I always thought the black one was great, but this purple one was super. Super.
Look at the big hair on those ladies.
Still the 80s, guys.
He's walking around kissing them, making them cry. He stuck his tongue out.
See, now this is the Ric Flair we know, not the one that was talking to Gordon Soley in the pre-tape moments ago.
How fired up is Rick right here?
Wow.
You know, here's the thing too. It takes two to tango, and as many good matches as these guys have had separate, when they were working together, it was magic,
Gold.
dude.
Yep.
Flair watched this match for the first time about 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, and called me all excited and was like, God damn, I was good. He had never sat down and watched any of his stuff. And I made him watch the match in Chicago and he loved it. And then he just on his own went and found this one and was like, man, this was great. He didn't remember what show it was. And that's the reason he called me. He's like, hey, when did I wrestle Terry Funk in 2 rings? I'm like, what? He's like, I was wearing purple shit and it was 2 rings. I was like, oh, I was Great American Bash 89. He's like, God damn, I was good. Wasn't I? I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I just saw it. Like, I hadn't seen that match ever. He's like, man, Terry Funk was on his shit that day, man. He was so excited to watch this match back. And I was like, yeah, but that wasn't as good as the New York Knockout one. He's like, which one's that? I was like, the I Quit match. He's like, oh yeah, that was better. I said, I've never seen this one. I never watched this one.
I get it because, you know, I would have never gone back and listened to my shit over again had I not.
No, you know, what's funny is I didn't get that. And I know this sounds a totally different thing, but like sometimes I would say to Bruce, like, hey, remember, so-and-so, or what was the deal with blah, blah, blah. And he'd be like, I don't remember. And that would annoy me. Like, what do you mean you were there? Blah, blah, blah. And now, you know, on our podcast, was people discover them really for the first time. Cause there's a lot of listeners who've jumped on the train with us. They weren't here at episode 1. They joined at episode, 48 or whatever. So they're going back in the archives and like, oh man. And then they'll send me some sort of tweet about something we said. And I'm like, fuck, I don't even know what he's talking about.
Right.
Cause it just runs together. I mean, at this point for me, I'm doing 4 different shows a week, every week. If I'm trying to get ahead, it might be 5 or 6 or 7. So the only way to have any idea what they're talking about is it'd be brand new or something that really stuck out in your mind. And if it was, like there's probably 20 moments in the show that you and I could describe in good detail. Like, oh, I love this. But outside of that, it's just, fuck, it's another one,
Right.
And so this to these guys was just another one, like, just another, oh, we had that match in Baltimore with Terry Funk and that's it. Just on to the next one.
Right. It's like going to the office every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely it is. You see this, I don't know if they're going to show her again or not.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
The girl in the black.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We know what we're talking about.
Do you know who she is?
No, but
I think she worked, if I'm right, she worked for Bruce Springsteen. There was a girl that was like Bruce Springsteen's publicist or worked in his PR department or whatever.
And she sticks out like a sore thumb here.
She sticks out like a sore thumb, and she was a big wrestling fan.
You think she got entertained that evening?
I'm sure that she was there for more than one reason.
I was going to say, I don't think she just really wanted to have a ringside seat for that Samoan SWAT team match.
No, I have a feeling that she was intrigued by the baby's arm.
Really?
Yes.
I almost feel like you're implying that my father-in-law at different times in his life could be unfaithful in his marriage.
I don't think that. I never saw that happen.
Why'd you clear your throat?
I had some phlegm in it.
Hey, did you ever see, Road Warrior Animal in an Asian massage parlor?
No.
Okay. Cause he saw you there once.
Let's see. What can I say to get you off this shit?
Hey, what's the latest with Diamond?
Diamond Dallas Page?
No.
Diamond Dallas Page doing great.
The performer in Vegas that you told us about. Recently.
Oh, I don't know any. What? What?
Huh?
What do you?
What? You know, I think the term is Lady of the Evening.
Lady of the Evening?
Yeah.
Hey, I'd like to say hello to Whitney Wright.
Oh, what's up, Whitney? Yeah, there's no way she's really listening.
I don't think she's listening.
She has a person in her life who listens.
Well, I want to say hello to him because.
Wait, I didn't say it was a him.
I want to say hello to her.
Why's everybody?
I want to say hello to this person.
Thank you.
Because Whitney follows me on Twitter. And
how great is that?
That's I'm kind of like, you're familiar with the term shock and awe?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me when it comes to her. And,
have you seen any of her performances?
Just what she tweets out.
Oh, well, that's enough to get a taste for things.
Yeah. Boy, is it ever. It's, but anyway, she was one of the girls that I met when Blue Chew sponsored, the after party in Vegas. And, she's a nice girl.
What do you think about Tone Loc?
Oh man.
After party this year.
Funky Cold Medina, baby. Now that I like. He didn't want no Oscar Mayer wiener. It's one of my favorite lines. And he also was in the first Ace Ventura movie.
Where are you at on Oscar Mayer?
I'm for him.
Okay.
Although I don't eat hot dogs much anymore, on this diet. But there's nothing really good as fuck. What's he keep pointing at his throat about? He's trying to break my neck. He's trying to break my neck. He's trying to break my toot.
Oh my gosh. I just made the mistake of clicking over there.
Yeah.
On Whitney's profile.
Yeah.
I gotta clear my browser history.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to believe that I was just doing work in here now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, and the.
God damn.
I know. She's,
that's illegal in at least like 20 states.
She's living the gimmick. Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, this has to hurt.
What are you talking about? The pile driver?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I thought you were talking about what you're seeing on Twitter. Yeah, the pile driver's got to hurt.
Pile driver is, something outside of wrestling too.
Yeah. It was an album.
There's something besides the music album as well.
Okay. Here's another pile driver. Little payback for what happened on the table, you think? Are you watching this, or are you still looking at? Look at that the crane camera taking off. Oh God!
I'll be back in 50 seconds.
What? Where are you going?
I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, okay.
I'm here.
You're scrolling. I get it. You're scrolling.
Yeah.
And did you realize there were gloves for that?
But
what a novel idea.
I mean, I didn't even tell you what I was watching and you knew exactly what I was watching.
Exactly. I did. I don't think you can get those on Amazon. 1, 2, got a 2 count. Get the fuck out of here, Tommy said.
I got to get some of those gloves.
Oh, God. Belly to back suplex.
Is Terry Funk in the best shape of his life right here, you think?
He looks great. He absolutely looks great.
I think Funk was in the best shape of his career from like 89 to 94.
Yeah.
Look at him. That's the best shape Funk was ever in. Can I tell you, I was watching a movie the other day that I forgot that Terry Funk was in. Did you ever see The Ringer with Johnny Knox? Oh, he just nailed him with the fucking branding iron.
The Ringer?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's where Johnny Knoxville competes in the Special Olympics, even though he's not special needs.
Oh, okay.
So it's called The Ringer.
Okay.
It was just on as I was flipping through the channels the other day. And Terry, the reason I stopped, not because of The Ringer, but I saw Terry Funk and I'm like, wait a minute, what is this? So it was The Ringer from 2005. And I think I've seen that movie before, but I whether I have or haven't, I don't remember Terry Funk being in that, but there he was. And now Terry Funk has got Ric Flair busted open. If you're going to watch one match this week only, if you're, don't have a lot of time in front of the TV or, only have a few minutes to devote to wrestling in front of the boob tube this week, this is the best 25 minutes you can spend. Ric Flair and Terry Funk from Great American Bash 1989. You got to go see this one. Flair is busted open after being hit in the head with that branding iron. And
I think it's amazing that we're talking about a year later after they stopped the Lex Luger match.
Yeah.
That there's blood there. I think back then you had to let the commission know that these guys are going to bleed.
Flair knew what he was doing too. I don't know if you saw, but as soon as they got going, him and Funk went and started brawling on the commissioner's table, and the commissioner got up, and you just make them feel special and they'll let you do what you need to do.
Exactly. Exactly. And I know they still have them, and I'm sure as things have changed all over, the fact is that they were not good guys. Most of them weren't. I see why. I see now why Wade Keller didn't like Tommy Young, because he was trying to pull Terry Funk off, and I get it. Fuck, Flair really cut a vein there, didn't he? Ooh. That's some fucking blood.
Peeling back the mat to expose the concrete too, it adds a layer of realism. And I think that's what wrestling fans like myself really enjoy. I love Funk. I want him bad. And he totally misses, but we're going to sell it. But the idea that, okay, now this is real,
right?
Where you can get me to suspend my disbelief just for a minute.
The hook.
Yep. Set that hook, baby. Where's Terry Funk in your all-time list? Top 5? Top 10?
Top 10. Again, you got to qualify the list, right? Top 10 workers, top 10 gimmicks, top 10 performers. I don't know. Top 10 favorite people to work to get to know in wrestling. That's definitely maybe top 5.
Well, here's my thing. I think when you get super granular, we're just sort of overthinking it. Why don't we just say instead, top 10 people I'd like to see on a pay-per-view, top 10 people I'd like to see on a wrestling card. I mean, are they on the show? That's the thing.
Yeah.
And Terry Funk would be, I think, in everybody's top whatever list. How about Jason Hervey just ringside the whole time chilling?
I know. But We're not taking a shot of him unless he just so happens to get caught in the hard camera. It's not a bad shot right there.
I like it. It's different.
Yeah, that's from the
something that always got me that I feel like should have been handled in production.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you saw earlier, if you remember the sequence, but Flair has finally locked the figure 4 on Terry Funk, and everybody knows, hey, that could be the end. That's Flair's signature finishing maneuver. And then from the outside, Gary Hart throws the branding iron in play again, but he throws it into Funk. Funk rears back, nails Flair with it. And then immediately Gary Hart has the, of course he had the referee distracted
right
when he threw that in, but then Terry Funk goes over and starts interacting with the referee as well. And then I don't know how to properly explain this, but they're doing a distraction to get your attention away from Flair. So they've nailed Flair with the branding iron, and now they've got a distraction planned to get your attention away from Flair. So the idea is, if you're in the crowd, you're watching the action, and if all of a sudden Funk is fucking with the referee, you're supposed to be watching there. You're supposed to not be watching Flair while he zip. But you guys didn't shoot it that way. You just shoot both of them so you can still see all the action. Why isn't there a conversation with production to say, hey, there's going to be a part in the match where Gary throws the branding iron in. I'm going to hit Flair with it. And when I do, I'm going to go fuck with the referee. Shoot me fucking with the referee. And so then when we get a shot of Rick, we just see him bleeding. We don't see him covering up, fucking around, zip. Like, that's the reason the whole spot exists, for Funk to go fuck with the referee, to give Flair a minute to do it and to serve as a distraction. And they didn't shoot it that way. I don't understand why there's not a conversation about that. Is it too kayfabe at the time that you can't even smarten up the production staff?
Yes. That's the answer.
Even in 89.
Even in 89, it was, and it may have been.
There's your finish.
Wow. That's pretty good.
The inside cradle. Funk applied the maneuver. Flair reverses it. And it's a regular wrestling maneuver that gets the win, and boom, he attacks Gary Hart after the fact. And you know what that means. You can't attack a guy's manager.
No, you can't. Not only that, you got 10 minutes to go in the show.
Well, there's why. You attack the manager, and out brings Muta. And look at that. The green mist. And now Funk's on him. Now, we're not listening to the audio, but let me just tell you, the crowd is chanting something. You want to guess what they're chanting?
We want Sting.
Yep. But how cool is this? You know, people have, at the time, Muta is like the hot guy that the fans are into in a big way. Like, he's the next big thing. There's some intrigue, some mystery, some what if? Look at everybody looking to the ramp like, well, somebody's got to come out. Who is it?
Right.
So he pile drove him on a table. Now he's going to try to pile drive him through a chair. Doug Dillinger comes in. Muta attacks him.
He takes a bump. He comes right back up. Stay down, Doug.
Well, he's
the fuck.
Instead of turn around, Doug, stay down, Doug.
He got chopped and he bounced right back up.
And there he is.
There they go.
How about the way Terry Funk's swinging?
I know.
Just windmills.
Fucking Sting coming in. This is good. This is a hell of a scene at the end. Stay down, Doug.
How about Flair jumping over Doug? And now Tommy's like, roll the fuck out, Doug. I know they were mad at you because you didn't sell the first thing, but now you're in the way, Doug. It is funny though. It's like, there's 2 goddamn rings.
Right.
We're not competing for space here. Just scoot over, guys.
Oh,
That's how we finish here. That's pretty cool. Jinx.
yeah. Look at this, throwing the fucking stairs in.
Wooden stairs too, baby.
Yeah, man.
So overall, what'd you think, man?
There's a lot I liked about the show, man. I don't think it's the greatest wrestling pay-per-view of all time, but I like the show a lot. I like this finish, especially. Thought the War Games match was good.
Well, what they're doing here too, in case you're asleep at the wheel, is they're setting up the next pay-per-view, which is October 89. Think about that too, guys. This pay-per-view happened in July. So you've got July to August, August to September, September to October. You're 3 months away. They used to take so much time to build these things. Now it's just, we got 3 weeks, get to the next one.
I know.
The main event, of course, Ric Flair and Sting taking on Great Muta and Terry Funk in a Thunderdome match. Bruno Sammartino will be your special guest referee. I think most people remember that's when shit caught on fire and Muta had to blow it out with the mist. And how about a bloody Flair here? Tommy Young's going to give him the world title. And I think we're going to have a pretty crazy promo from Rick here in a minute with the belt and the blood.
But you want to play it for us?
I'm going to.
Okay.
It's not,
I want to hear it.
Hadn't happened yet.
Oh, I know. I noticed it hadn't happened yet.
How about Muta carrying around like the school chair?
Pretty good standoff here.
It is kind of fun. Funk's got a branding iron. Muta's got a school chair. Flair has the big gold belt, and everybody's prepared to use each as a weapon. And of course, we know that Sting has a scorpion on his forehead and a black rat tail, and that's really all you need in combat.
Doug Dillinger's still walking around.
Here's the promo here. I'll just play the whole thing.
Hey, wait a minute. Whoa,
Muta and Flair.
Right here behind us now.
Muta and Flair. Steve, good God, we're going to get out of here.
All around us and into the crowd.
They are not. This one is far from over, as we said. Funk's got that dadgum branding iron. Now Flair's got the branding iron.
They're branding, and somebody's going to get hurt, and he did.
Muta thrown on the concrete floor here. Flair was popped up with a branding iron. Across the chest of Muta. Flair is a man possessed. Oh my God, what a battle. And they are right here on us. Whoa. Ladies and gentlemen, we're just about, I know you've heard this from me many times, but we are just about out of time. And my pipes have just about had it.
Yeah.
And they're still beating the heck out of each other over there.
They just refuse to quit. They're
They will not
determined.
stop. I don't know how much more time we have left on the satellite transmission. Boy, this is going to be a night we'll never forget.
We've had 2 matches, one in the ring, one out of the ring, and the one out of the ring is still continuing.
I think, fans, we can very easily say that the war between Terry Funk and Ric Flair is far, far from over.
Jim, any way you want to put it, that's for sure. It's going to end, and it's going to end when one of them can't continue to go.
Well, I want to tell you, I wish we had a chance to say something.
Yeah, there's the champion right here.
We just got a couple of minutes. A hell of a victory.
Let me just say this. To anybody out there that had the privilege of seeing this, come here, Sting.
Well, we're going to keep her here.
He walked off,
Yeah, he'll be back. He'll be back.
Yeah, he wants to get Sting in there.
I haven't said thank you in 10 years. Thank you, pal. Now the bottom line is, Terry Funk, we just started, pal. We just got warmed up. After 2.5 months, I'm just breaking And pal, it'll be again soon. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna dog you until I wear your Texas ass out. Woo!
Jim, if that's the beginning, I want.
Dude, what a fucking promo. Oh, and he ain't done.
Sounds good.
Fucking love wrestling.
It's the best part. This is the best part of this whole schmoz at the end.
Oh, it gave me goosebumps, man. Like right now, all the hair on my arm standing up.
It's it's schmoz at the end, and that promo the best part of the entire show. And you know what? This is how you need to end a pay-per-view.
Because you convince people that a mediocre pay-per-view is the best pay-per-view of all time.
Right.
I mean, the excitement in the air right now is at a fever pitch. And there's an old adage, leave them wanting more.
Right.
And if you leave them wanting more, they'll keep coming back. And we're guilty sometimes of doing fucking 4-hour shows. So we're probably not the best example of that, but this show here, holy cow, it leaves you wanting more. And man, I want to fast forward. I want to watch fucking Halloween Havoc 89.
Thunderdome.
Bitch.
Great shit, man.
It really is. And here's the, spinning toe hold. You see, he's going to go down from that. Looks like Flair's going to try to set up the figure 4. And this is where we would see the inside cradle, same way that Ricky the Dragon Steamboat got him, but Flair manages to roll him over and reverse it. And there it is. There's your finish. I like when the finish is a real, quote unquote, real wrestling move.
Yeah. Just something simple. A counter move.
It adds to the realism of, these guys are just trying to win the match, not necessarily quote unquote, get their shit in, just win the match.
Right.
Sometimes I think, there's the thinking of, oh man, the miss was right on time. Wasn't it? Perfect miss. Jim Hurt gets a bad rap because everybody says everything Hurt ever did sucked. This didn't. This was great.
No, this was a way to end the show.
Home run.
And see, this doesn't work for me. We talked about this on a previous show. Fuck the credits. Just go off with showing the guys. Don't put letters in front of their faces. Show the heat. And then just do at the bottom,
it's a television company, Tony.
What?
It's a television company.
Well, then they didn't know how to fucking do wrestling.
Well, they did when they got you, cause you turned it all around for them, right?
No. And here we go. Oh, they don't see him get it back up. Fuck. I was hoping we'd see him pop back up again.
Well, we're going to pop back up this time next week, right here on What Happened When. That means do your thing, Tony.
Oh, it does. I thought the term was,
when I look at my clock, it's about that time for a little toot toot.
Okay. All right. Hey, I'm about to have me some fun. Bounce, 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 bounce. It's Sting. It's Flair. Bounce, 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 bounce. Once I get you out of them clothes, privacy is on the door till they can hear you screaming more. We want more. What happened when? On the MLW Radio Network. And always on Mondays on
Patron.